Waiting for that green light here, guys. Waiting for that green light. It has been a stress for the last couple of moments, but we are on. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKR Sport. We're here for some Friday night footy. I just had a really weird thing in my head where I thought, oh wait a second, is it Friday? But definitely is, because I think maybe just last night's game between the Dragons and the Raiders has made me throw myself off a little bit, because it is just it wasn't the greatest of games there, the spoon battle. But tonight we've got some big games. We've got some really big games of rugby league tonight, so it's going to be action packed. And most games outside of that one do have a lot of implications for the rest of the comp, because realistically speaking, besides the Bulldogs, Dragons and the Tigers, everyone else is still technically in the hunt for the 8, and everyone else is still competitive. So it's going to be a big weekend of footy. But tonight, right now, we do have the New Zealand Wars, baby, the New Zealand Warriors taking on the Canberra Raiders. And this game is so important because they're right next to each other on the table. The Raiders sit in 4th position. The Warriors sit in 5th position, only separated by 2 points, but you don't even want to talk about the points differential gap between these two teams. But we will get into that in just a few moments. And don't forget, guys, we will be streaming the South Sydney Rabbitohs taking on the Brisbane Broncos up there in Sunshine Coast later on tonight. We will be streaming that game as well. So get ready, get rocking and rolling, put your feet up, son, have a good time, because it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good couple of games here, and these two both have major impact. So let's go and hit that like button, guys. Subscribe if you are new around here. Hit that big old subscribe button. And on our way to 25,000 now, we hit 24,000, so we're on our way to 25,000. And go Titans, baby. But let's move into the two teams here. So the Warriors, they're in 5th position. The Raiders are in 4th position. The Warriors $1.42 to win tonight, with the Raiders being $2.87. And this is at Mount Smart, Auckland. I know it's Go Media Stadium, but Mount Smart still rings a bell for me. It still gets me going. That's what I've known it as for my entire life. So it takes a little bit of time to kind of get used to not saying Mount Smart. But for the Warriors, Bunty Afoa, he comes in. Bunty Afoa comes in with Marata Niokore, with Tom Ali and BKRmy Vailea going out. Fullback-wise, Chance Neil-Klokstad with Dallin Watene-Zelezniak and Marcelo Montoya on the wings. Adam Pompey and Rocco Berry are the centres. You got Luke Metcalf as the 5'8", Sean Johnson as the halfback, with Adam Fanor-Blake and Mitchell Barnett in the front row. Wade Egan is the number 9. Back row-wise, Jackson Ford and Marata Niokore. And Tohu Harris is the lock, and he is captain today. Bunty Afo is the interchange alongside Dylan Walker, Bailey Sirinen, and also Josh Curran, with Freddie Lussick as the 18th man replacement. So a pretty good team there for the Warriors. No excuses here. They need to be really starting to chug along to finals now. They're not used to finals, the Warriors. The last time they were there was 2018. They currently put themselves in a position where they could be in the top 4, which is absolutely crazy, and that would guarantee them a home final, obviously. As long as you're in the top 6, you get a home final. How good would that be to see the Warriors, the Wars, get a nice little home final there in 2023? Moving to the Raiders now. Corey Horsburgh, Josh Papali'i, and Pasami Saulo come in. Couple of massive wins there for the Raiders, with Nick Kotrich, Peter Holler, and Trey Mooney going out. Fullback-wise, Sebastian Chris with Alba Hapawade and Jordan Rapana on the wings. Matty Tomoko and Jared Croker in the centres. Jared Croker being the captain. Jack Whiten is the 5'8". Jamal Fogarty is the halfback, with Josh Papali'i and Joseph Tarbana in the front row. Zach Wolford is the number 9. Hudson Young and Elliot Whitehead back row. And Corey Horsburgh is the lock. Tom Starling, Emre Gula, Pasami Savulo, and Atamariota are the interchange, with Matt Frawley as the 18th man replacement. So both these teams, no excuses, man. They've both got their full outfits out there. They played a couple of weeks back where the Warriors obviously trounced the Raiders in Canberra. That was for Jared Croker's 300th. Maybe the Raiders get a bit of revenge here. I don't know. I am going to take the Warriors. I do think the Warriors win this game. It's going to be a close one, though. But I could also see a world where the Warriors do kind of put a score past them again. But I don't think it's going to happen. I do think the Raiders know that any loss is significant for their season, because we'll get into the ladder position. Well, we'll get into the ladder right now, because the game does start in 15 minutes' time. The Raiders have a minus 55 points differential. They've got a worse points differential than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams. So all the way down, the Titans and Manly both have a better points differential than the Raiders. And the Raiders are in the top 4, whilst Titans are in 12th and Manly are in 11th. So it tells you a lot about where the Raiders are at. They're winning games, but not by much. And when they have lost them, they've lost by pretty decent scores there, to be completely honest with you. So that's a pretty big shock. But with the Raiders, if they were to win today, they would actually go to equal first, which is just insane to think about. But they would go to equal first. Obviously, the Broncos do play the Rabbitohs later on tonight, however. And the Storm do play the Knights. So you would expect the Storm to win. So more than likely, if the Raiders were to win, they would just be simply staying in 4th position. They wouldn't be going anywhere further up. But they'd be solidifying themselves in the top 8 and solidifying themselves in that top... Well, not guaranteed top 4, but they'd be really putting themselves in there. If they were to lose, however, the Warriors would go above them. The Sharks, they play Manly. If the Sharks win, they go above them. But they can't go anything further down than that because they've got 28 points comparatively to the Eels, Rabbitohs, and the Cowboys on 24. So no matter what, they would finish the week in 6th. Depending on obviously if the Sharks were to beat the Manly Seagulls as well. But regardless, no matter what they lose, they will drop out of that top 4 for the time being. Warriors, on the other hand, if they win, they would for the time being actually go above the Storm as well. Their points differential is plus 110 to the Storm's plus 79. So if they were to win this game, they would go for the time being into 3rd position. However, the Storm do play the Knights, which will probably bump them down to 4th position. If the Warriors were to lose this game, it depends on how much they lose by as well, actually. If the Warriors, they've got a plus 110 points differential while the Sharks have a plus 102. So that's only 8 points differential difference. So if the Warriors were to get touched up here tonight, which I don't think happens, but if they were, there is a chance that both the Warriors and Sharks could lose and they still drop down a spot. And also the Eels here, actually. So yeah, they would go potentially below the Sharkies. The Eels, they've got plus 97. They're within range. They could go above them. If the Rabbitohs beat the Broncos, then they could go above them too. And the Cowboys would have to win by quite a significant amount with a plus 49 points differential. But overall, the Warriors could either by the end of tonight be in the 3rd place or could be in 8th place by the end of the weekend. Like, it's insane. Like, it really is crazy to think about there, that the Warriors could drop all the way down from 5th to 8th, or they could go, and they could actually technically drop to 9th as well, depending on how the results do go. If they lose by a big enough margin, the Cowboys win by a big enough margin, then that'll throw a cat amongst the pigeons, man. So, yeah, look, a lot to play for both these two teams tonight. Neither team is guaranteed finals just yet, but we'll see how it goes, man, because this is in New Zealand. I don't think that the Warriors are as genuinely guaranteed in New Zealand as a lot of people think that they are. The Warriors are a good team, but I wouldn't say that I would look at them as a fortress home ground at the moment. You know, we saw what the Titans did to them in the last game of the season last year in New Zealand. We've seen what teams can do to them in New Zealand, since they've come back. I think they're a good team regardless of where they're playing. So it just comes down to the fact that they need to play well tonight against a team that is up there and is a grindy one. And the Raiders know how to win those close games, so the Warriors are going to want to have to put a score past them early, realistically, because if they don't, the Raiders know how to grind them out. I can tell you that right now. They haven't won a game 13 plus all season. The Raiders have won every game this year by 1 to 12 margins, which tells you a significant amount. But let's get into the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. Give me your predictions in the chat, and let's get it rocking. Let's get it rocking, man. Daniel Long says, Warriors 1 to 12. Trugan says, Malcolm, how you feeling today? Tell me about it. Oh, not Malcolm. Oh, God. We have to deal with Malcolm talking about the Wars 24/7. Now we've got a Warriors stream. At least it makes sense to you to talk about the Warriors on this stream, Malcolm. Not on a Dragons and Tigers stream or, just... I asked Jay and Trucker and the likes, like, Did Antonio have to deal with him? Did Antonio have to deal with the old Malcolm? Like 24/7 talking about the Warriors throughout a Eels and Titans game? I guarantee he probably did, didn't he? Jimmy Liz says, Jay, you a Titans fan? Jay is a Titans fan, Jimmy. Are you a cop? He is a cop. Jimmy is a cop, but Jay is a Titans fan, so at least we've come to the understanding there. Jimmy says, up at a Waz. Kieran says, who is your tip for tonight? I'm taking the Warriors, mate. I am taking the Warriors in this one. Yeah, Clarky. Yeah, KO sorted itself out, bro. It's all good. Yeah. Sorry, I've only just seen your comment. Not mine. I got somebody else to do it, so don't worry. If for anyone who doesn't, well, everyone doesn't know, but 10 minutes before I went live, literally 10 minutes before I went live, it wasn't letting me put my card details in because apparently it didn't go through or whatnot. So I was like desperately putting my card details in and it wouldn't let me do it. So I had to go and beg and plead around everybody to allow me to use their KO for tonight so I can sort it out tomorrow. And luckily we did have Chihuahua Boy who was able to help out there because he's got his wife's birthday or something tonight, so he won't be utilising it. But I did obviously message Clarky. But no, it's all good, man. It's all good. Tariuki Nomanga says, up at Mighty Warriors, he's got this, boys. Jimmy says, Truck can only have my learners, so I can't. God help you. Ryan says, did you hear Dane Laurie signed a 1-year deal with the Panthers? Yeah, I commented on the Instagram post of it. I find it strange. I do. I'm not going to lie. It's good depth, I guess, but it don't really make a great deal of sense for Dane. Because it's like, it's all well and good winning premierships, but if you're not doing it, like, how much does it really mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much does it really mean if you're not actually doing it? So, if he plays 14, cool. Or if he's the backup fullback and 5'8" and stuff like that, cool, but it don't really make a great deal of sense to me. For him. For Panthers, it makes a lot of sense. Brocky Sports with a $3 donation says Titans win the premiership, and I love that. That's exactly right, Brocky. Get into them, mate. We're going to fire up tomorrow. I was with AJ today. Well, I was with all the boys today. I was at Seabus today with the team, and we're fired up, son. We are fired up. Everyone is ready to go. So, yeah, it should be a good one tomorrow. If you guys are on the Gold Coast, obviously get down. Titans Roosters at 3 p.m. But we have the women's game at 12:50 p.m. as well. So I'll be banging away on the drums for that one as well. So if you're going to the game for peace and quiet tomorrow, good luck, because I've got 2 games to drum for tomorrow. Governor Riffraff says Warriors are doing this to me again. Starting to believe. Be careful, Governor Riffraff. Be very careful. Be very, very careful. I want you to believe. I need you to believe. And I'm starting to believe myself. And I know that's a problem. Because I want the Warriors to do well. But as you're saying there, because the underlying tone of his comment is basically saying they've let us down a lot before. And they have. But this Warriors team looks different. They do look good. I don't think they're as good, and I'm going to hurt your feelings a little bit here, but I don't think they're as good as everyone's saying, like, that they're a genuine chance for the premiership. I think that I need to see them beat. Do they play the Panthers at any stage for the rest of this season? I'm going to quickly have a look at the rest of the draw. I don't think they have a really tough team for the rest of the season. I just want to see a little bit more from the Warriors against some better teams, to be honest with you, because they did still get pumped by the Rabbitohs 28-6 a few weeks ago. And they beat the Sharkies. The Sharkies have their own problems. So they have, well, they're going to lose to the Titans in 2 weeks, all right? Let's not talk too much shit here because that's just obvious. But besides the Titans game, Tigers, Manly, Dragons, and Dolphins, there's no real tester here, and I don't like that for the Warriors. I really would have loved to have seen them get some good tests going into this final series. Maybe if Manly are still competitive by that point, that might be a tester. And I know the Titans will be a tester, regardless if they win or not. I know the Titans will be a tester because Warriors and Titans actually have a really good history with each other, actually. But, they beat the Eels 46-10, but with that being said, the Eels had players out. They did get beaten badly by the Rabbitohs there. You go back and have a look at the last time they beat the Raiders, 36-14, but the Raiders have their own problems as well. Lost to the Broncos 26-22, and that was a tough one because the Broncos had a lot of players out with Origin. They had a lot of players out, Payne Haas, Reece Walsh, Paddy Carrigan, all these kind of guys were all out. So that was a tough pill to swallow there for the Warriors. They lost the Panthers 18-6, obviously. Lost the Roosters 14-0, and the Roosters aren't a great team, but you don't want to nitpick those small teams. I'm looking for the big teams right now. Lost the Storm 30-22, so that's another big team. Did beat the Cowboys 22-14, but the Cowboys at that time were really struggling in the competition. They hadn't won many games at all. I think they were like second last at that time. They did beat the Sharkies. That was at a good time, though, so that's a good one to look at, but that also was on the 2nd of April, and it's now nearly August, right? So that tells you everything there. And then, you go back to the beginning of the season, and actually surprising the Roosters beat them twice. It is actually surprising they beat them 20-12. So you don't have a good track record against some really big teams is the only issue here with the Warriors that kind of brings me back level to say, you know what, there's no real guaranteed proof yet. It looks like they've actually had a pretty good draw, and they've got a great draw to end the season. So I absolutely want this train to continue. I want the choo-choo train to really get a good smoke going. That's what I want to see with the Warriors. But there is reason to still have a slight little bit of concern going to a final series that they will make, based on that draw. They will make the finals, but there is a slight concern that considering you haven't been in the finals since 2018 and you're playing all these easier teams to get into the finals that might not have much to play for, and then you get in and you've not got a great track record against all these good teams. It's been 6 years since you've had a bit of experience. I don't know, it does 5 years since you've had a bit of experience. Still a little bit concerned, but it's still really exciting, and you have to really jump on the wagon and just get excited about it. T-Ricky Among Us says, I can't explain Ben's money. T-Ricky says, hey, BK, if the Warriors make the finals, you got to support the Warriors unless Titans make the finals too. Titans are going to win the comp. Fatima says, I got White and Josh Papali in Watini Lesniak, Sean Johnson to score, and full-time 28-20. That's really specific. I like it, though. Full-time 28-20 to Warriors. There's a decent scoreline. Andrew says, morning from the UK, guys. Morning treble champ. Morning treble champ. It's 5:56 p.m. over here, though, so there's no real, there's no morning here, but also don't really want to speak to the UK right now after what happened in the Ashes yesterday, but please come rain. Give us that rain, baby. I want that rain. No more Bazmore. Give me rain ball. Give me covers on ball. If we were streaming the Ashes, I would be celebrating the rain. I would celebrate the rain. Now, Bug says, Bull Blaze, if the Wars get a home final this year, we've got to get you over here for the game, have a Wars jersey wait for you. Mate, you know what? You did that, I would wear a Wars jersey. You could get me over there for the home final for the New Zealand. I don't really... The thing is, I would love to do that. I would. But I would also be taking a seat away from somebody who has not seen their team in the finals for 5 years. Or I would be taking a seat away from a lot of... hard-working Warriors fans. Now, there will be a lot of bandwagoners, and there is a significant amount of bandwagoners in every, successful team. But I would also kind of feel a little bit lousy for taking away a seat from someone. But if, the Warriors wanted to put me up with the corporates or something like that, I'd wear a Warriors jersey. You know what I'm saying? I would do it. But that would obviously have to rely on the fact that the Titans aren't the ones playing it. Yeah, we're talking. Gunnar Vid says, Rabbits or Broncos? I'm taking the Rabbits tonight, even without Trell. The Governor Riff says, don't think I've ever seen Sean Johnson look this happy and content, which is great. Maybe it just comes with maturity. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's not the... And this is the thing, Sean, that people keep saying prime SJ. It's like, this isn't prime SJ. It's not prime SJ in regards to the footwork, the speed and whatnot, but it's prime SJ in regards to the experience and, as you said, how content he is. He really is just so content with where he's at. He's playing really good footy. He's probably playing his best eyes up IQ footy that he's ever played. So I'd say that's prime SJ in that regard. But prime SJ was another level. Like that guy back 10 years ago in the 2011 season when they made the grand final, that was another level. So I think it's a lot of the youth who didn't really get to see and appreciate Sean Johnson back in the day saying prime SJ for those reasons. But he definitely has better game awareness now, and that obviously comes with experience and age. Stammer's Fanboy says, random question, but if the Warriors got a home final in the second round of prelim, would the game be an Arvo game because of time zones? Arvo finals are the best. It would probably be a nighttime. Oh, it depends, because usually you see the Friday game, the Friday night game is usually first versus fourth, and then the two Saturday games, and this is the first week finals, the two Saturday games, the first one is 5th versus 8th, and the second one is 2nd versus 3rd, and the Sunday game is usually 6th versus 7th. That's usually how it goes there. So it would have to be that they would come 6th and somebody would come 7th for them to realistically get that early game on Saturday. On Sunday, however, it would, if they were in, if they were in, they would have to be in the bottom 8 for that to happen realistically. They would have to be. Extra says, $150 redo donation if the Warriors win 1-12, Montoya, Bunnies win 1-12, and Graham scores. It's a good bet. I like that. I do like that. It's a nice little bet there, X Factor. I feel it's coming, son. I feel it's coming. B. Wilgo says, Warriors will continue their form from thrashing the Sharks at home. I hope so, mate. Jed Kurtz has barely been getting a run at the Tigers. If he's going to get a run, may as well be for a team that knows his worth. I reckon heaps good we got him back. I think it's good, but in the same sense, like, I can't guarantee you that he gets a good run. You know what I'm saying? Jack Hosking says Knights will make the 8. I don't think so. Gunnavid says, who reckons Bunnies will make the finals? Everyone reckons the Bunnies will make the finals, mate. Everyone does. Jimmy says, who's replacing Latrell at fullback? I'd assume it's Blake Tough. Raiders are coming out into the field right now. James Tom getting around the wires. Biddy 2021 says, hopefully day 3 is much better than Australia than yesterday. Hopefully there's plenty of rain, Biddy. Hopefully there's plenty of rain. We like the rain. Brandon Westing says, that 14-0 was our last good win to date, honestly. Next one, fingers crossed, is never. Never, Brendan. Never. That's the answer. Next one, fingers crossed, is never. The Roosters, if they never win another game, is fine. It's okay, you know what I'm saying? It's okay with majority. But look, honestly, our Titans are going to win tomorrow. And if we get a win via a robbery, I'm not going to give a shit. I'm not going to lie to you. And you're going to be, unfortunately, the ones to cop that, you know? So if the referees want to give us a nice little easy win, I don't give a shit at this point. Because we've had controversial losses due to the referees in the last 3 weeks in a row. So, listen, you want to give us a nice little easy trap? I'm okay with it. Mario Kelly says, sorry, I missed it, definitely. But what's your prediction here? I took the Wires by 1-12. I took the Wires. James Thompson, typical Aussie haters towards the Warriors. Was he calling me a hater? You're calling me a Warriors hater because I gave you facts before. Bro, I like the Warriors. I want the Warriors to do well. I'm a Titans fan. We actually have quite a good relationship between the Titans and the Warriors, to be honest with you. We have a great deal of respect. So it's just, you're a clown. If you hate the fact that somebody tells you how the season's gone today and hate the fact that there is still concern surrounding the Warriors, then that's your choice, man. You know. But to say that I hate the Warriors is hilarious. Like it really is funny. Jack Hosking says, "What's the worst NRL fan base?" We'll do. We've got videos about that. We've got that video. We've got videos about that. Blake Harlan for 23 months, exactly right, son. But here we go, guys. Game's about to start here. Obviously, like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get it. Let's get it. Jack the Poms. Andrew says it's overcast but dry here. Yeah, look, it's looking okay. I'm surprised it's not sold out, to be completely honest with you. I am surprised. What's the one gift for? That is for the field goal, because I don't know what to put for a field goal. So I've got one. I got one. Like that, I don't know what else that you could put there, really. But the Warriors kick this ball off, and it will be the Raiders who return this from 15. Not a great kick there from the Warriors, but the Raiders will now get to the 20. Being Bricks go the Raiders. I know if they play well, they can win, but geez, the Warriors are good. The Warriors are good, absolutely, for sure. They really are. Fatima says, Jay, I bet you were so scared from RTS. Oh, Jay's terrified. And Raiders now second tackle at 32. Pyro Flavel says, howdy gents, being from Aotearoa. I'm on the fence on this one. Game will be won on who has the best defense in my opinion. Bro Church. The Warriors have the better defense of the two. Actually, it's close, but the Warriors have it. Raiders here at the halfway point for tackle. The Warriors have given up 326 points this year, whilst the Raiders have given up 431. So it absolutely is the Warriors with the better defense. So that's going to be fit tackle of the Raiders, and that was a great run from Joe Tarpany. They go right-hand side, and Jamal Fogarty will put that ball up into the air. Should be an easy... Oh, no, that's a tough one there for Chance. Raiders 6 again. Here we go. Raiders 6 again here, 10 metres out. Here comes the Canberra. It's only been 1 minute. The Warriors are unable to touch the ball. It's just... Well, they touch the ball, but they just give the ball straight back to the Raiders. So Fogarty gives it off to Horsbrutt, second tackle. James Thompson, next 2 hours, New Zealand's 3 Rugby World Cups to the true global rugby code called Rugby Union. Bro, you sound so salty right now. Third tackle here at the 5. Here come the Raiders. Overcompensating if I ever did see it. Left-hand side, Fogarty off to White, and White gives off to Kroger. Kroger passes it over the sideline. Passes it over the sideline. So it will be Warriors ball. Good defense there. Jimmy Lewis said I took the Wires 13 plus. 13 plus is a big call. If the Raiders are to lose, it's more than... No, sorry. If the Raiders are to lose, it could actually be a big margin. But if the Raiders are to win, it's going to be a real close margin. Governor Riffraff says, love how cricket is one of the rare games fans don't want any praying for poor weather. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, because then we retain the Ashes. we retain the Ashes with a draw, regardless of game 5. So left-hand side, Marcelo Montoya. And I can't see us winning this from here, to be completely honest with you. Lucas, I should have made it, Jay. 1 field goal high for Jay. Exactly right. So third tackle now for the Warriors. They're at the 35. I should have made it Jay. Okay, should have. I did consider it, Lucas. I did consider doing something with like a Jay Hayes or something on it, but I just didn't have the time. Fourth tackle now. Allow for you. Appreciate you for the $3.50 donation. It says 4x the Waz for doing my... Oh. Okay, so Lau is not saying 4x the Waz. You see what you want to see there. You guys can read that for it. Appreciate you for the donation, Lau. Good offload there from the Raiders. It's first tackle. And penalty to the Warriors. Obstruction, I think. Penalty to the Warriors, I think it is. 4x the Waz. Well, it's a beer company, so I thought they might have been referring to a beer. But that's a penalty to the Warriors here. Oh, you can't... He's saying you can't take... Hold on. So what happens here? What happens here? Oh, so what... I actually don't even know. Mary Matatako with the $20 redo donation. Appreciate you, Mary. It says, up the Waz, Eshe score a Hattie. Would love to see it. We would love to see it. And I've got him in my Supercoach too, so yes, please. We would love to see a nice little hat trick for... the old Shawnee Johnson. So first tackle here for Adam Fanor-Blake. They're 20 metres out from the line. This game has just been crazy to start off with. Rays had their couple of starts, and now the Warriors are going to have their first opportunity, and Barnett's going to get through one tackle. He's 8 metres out here from the line. Second tackle now. 8 metres out, right-hand side, Wade Egan. Oh, shot time for the Waz! Choo-choo! Choo-choo! That's too early, baby, too early. Warriors bing-bong, 4-0 with a kick to come. Marata Niokore goes slap within 4 minutes. Had to so go a bit of pressure, but bang straight away. Was that Wade Egan with the assist? That was a nice pass there. It all got set up from Mitch Barnett, though. Like, it all started due to Mitch Barnett having a really good run. Yeah, it is Wade Egan there. It is a great pass to Marata Niokore. And try time for the Warriors. Time. 2-2. 2-2 Warriors coming through. Jimmy says, Lucas, this team is so much fun to watch. They are fun to watch right now. And this is the thing, like when you go through a long years, like long years of disappointment and sadness, just being able to enjoy seasons like this, like honestly, regardless if you win or lose, regardless if you win the comp or lose the comp, it's been a fun year for you. And you have to remember that because, again, I don't think they win the comp, but I think they can do an okay job in the finals, man. I think they can cause a little bit of a ruckus with other teams. So, the fact of the matter is that you haven't experienced the finals footy since 2018, and this is a fun year to watch for you, for sure. Saturn says, let's go Murata. Bing bong try time. How are you, BKR? Going all right, mate. Going all right. Was with the Titans boys today, and then obviously Titans game tomorrow. And there we go. So that will be 6-0 here. Warriors convert 6-0 after 5 minutes. Jed Kerr says, Ricky going to have to start calling his players weak-gutted dogs. What was that? Tigers would have defended that better. Yeah, that was pretty poor defending there for sure. What's crazy is if the Raiders lose this game by 50-odd points today, which I don't think happens, but if they did lose this game by 50-odd points, the Raiders would be on like minus 100 points differential, and they would be in 6th position with a minus 100 point differential. So that would be just insane. Sabrina says the New Zealand Warriors are doing well this year. Yeah, they're killing it, Sabrina. They are absolutely killing it. And it's great to watch. It's fantastic to watch. Tigers have great defense, Jed. Yeah, Alex, I don't know about that one, mate. I watched a game last night that I really would ideally like to get out of my memory and pretend like it never existed. I don't think it did exist. We didn't stream it, we didn't watch it, and it didn't exist. Alex, Tigers and Dragons game did not happen. Second tackle over the Warriors, and they're at the 33 on their own side of the field, 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in. Homeschooling on the cards, baby. Homeschool on left-hand side here. Toa Harris off to Metcalf. It'll be Adam Pompey who'll get this ball to the 40 or so. It'll be third tackle. What game? It was cancelled. I wish it was, Alex. I'm not going to lie. 40-20 attempt here. Oh, no. That was not even close. On third tackle, kick is interesting. It's an okay kick, but Sebastian Chris will get this ball back to about the 22 or so. That was a weird kick on third tackle. It didn't even go close to the sideline. Cito says, do you think the Warriors' success this season has anything to do with the new coach? Well, of course it does. I do think that Brown obviously set him up for a decent little track, but with that being said, yes, I think Webster's come and he's done a great job with this team. There was an article on Cast Patrol by Rosie who, spoke about the fact that the rise of the Warriors through Andrew Webster. 4th tackle now for the Raiders at the 45. It was he's been great for them, absolutely. 4th tackle. And it's finally they're getting settled after COVID. They're finally getting to actually settle it down and, implement things for the future. 5th tackle for the Raiders at the 40. Go ask something Mouse Dragons had the best attack at the comp. Ooh, don't know about that. So the Warriors now get this ball to 5. Tenny's Alez now with the best hair in the business. Look at him go! Look at him go! Great run from the 5 to the 20. Brilliant run. I feel like his season has really shown that Wade Egan is one of the top hawkers in the game. Wade Egan has had a great year for sure. He has had a great year for sure. So 3rd tackle now for the Warriors at the 40. Bailey, you must be feeling quite shithouse right now, eh? Because I know you were a Warriors fan and you've jumped on the Dolphins wagon. 6 again here for the Warriors at the 40. I know you've jumped on the Dolphins wagon and jumped off the Warriors. So you must be feeling pretty average right now. I'm not going to lie. I know you're probably still going to get around the Warriors and whatnot, but it would still suck that finally, after so many years, the year you get off the wagon is the year they become a decent team. I think he was the Panthers attacking coach. Yeah, I know he was a part of the Panthers. I'm not too sure where he was, though. It looks like they got the better coach there out of Serraldo and Webster, though. 3rd tackle now at the 35. They go right inside Toa Harris. Out the back here, Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson, nice little dummy. Gives it off to Chance. Oh, no, that was poor. That was poor from Rocco Berry. Just tried to push the pass too early, and that will be over the sideline, so we Raiders ball. Yeah, he just tried too hard to push that ball. It was good defense from the Raiders too. Jace is 120 watching. Give that like button a rub. Absolutely. Smack that like button. Zelezniak's watch company is pretty good. I bought some from them. They fit well with some suits I got the other day. Would love to have one, to be honest with you. I haven't really checked it out. I love watches. I just never really have had a watch. But I've seen that Malachi and... why can I not think of the actual Dallin? That's the one. I can think about the one who's retired and doesn't play, but I couldn't think about the one that I'm watching right now. But I've seen the watches. They look pretty good. 2nd tackle now for the Raiders and Corey Horse for a big red, and he'll get taken to the 40. To the 40. Andrew says, you never leave your teams, bro, no matter how bad they are. Look at me, mate. I'm a Titans fan. It is what it is. So 4 tackle now at the Raiders at the 42. Max One says, did you do a tipping stream this week? I did not. I haven't done one for a little bit. I've been way too busy, man. Way too busy. But if you ask me to tip, I'll give it to you. So 5th tackle now at the 45. They go left-hand side off to Jack Whiten. And he'll put this ball into the corner. Not a good kick at all. That's going to be Warriors ball here. That was out in the full. So it'll be Warriors ball at 45. Bailey says, I'll always cheer for the Warriors. My I think it's going to say grandma. I don't know. Grandma is supporting in heaven. Should we hit proud? Yeah, that's not really the point I'm making, though. That's Bailey. It's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that, and that's all well and good, but the point I'm making is that the 1 year that you got off the wagon was the year that became pretty good. 10 minutes gone here, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. 2nd tackle for the Warriors at the 45. Mary Matataga says, Wade Egan, New South Wales smoking next year. Oh, I don't know about that. I think Reece Robson, Damien Cook, and Apisai Kotowai-Sau are well and truly ahead of Wade there. And that's no disrespect to Wade. I just think that those 3 guys have had their opportunity, and I don't think they change it. 4th tackle now at the 20. Left-hand side, Metcalf kicks it through. Decent kick, but Chris will get the ball at the 5. He will get there. Laurie says, oh yeah, 2 went to the Panthers. 2 went with the Panthers boys to get their watches look good. Oh, you went to... No, they're not Panthers boys. It's Dallin Watene-Selesniak and Malachi Watene-Selesniak. Did Malachi play with the Panthers? I think he might have. So 2nd tackle here, and Jordan Palmer. The Raiders look so disjointed right now. They look all over the shot, to be completely honest with you. Malachi, top 1 winger and watch out of all time. Okay, so he played with the Tigers, and if Alex is saying that. Raiders now, they go to the 30. Jed says, penalty to the Raiders. Penalty to the Raiders, that's not great. Jed Kerr says, Whiten's a gun center, super average 6. Can't count how many times I've seen him do that, and can't really remember seeing Nathan ever do it. Nathan? Well, firstly, Nathan's a 7, which is different. But with that being said, Nathan is a bona fide 7. Like, he's a bona fide half. Jack Whiten should be a centre. And that's what they'll use at the Rabbitohs. Well, here comes Slapper. Here comes Slapper. Slapper welcomes us with his presence as per usual and's gifted 10 memberships. I appreciate you, bro. Let me just read this out 1 second. They go right inside forward off to Tomoko. Tomoko here at the 35, still going. Good run there. Appreciate you, Slapper. Simpsons, Rugby League Realm. Good man. Eliza Flawless. Brandon Castley. ZTank99. Fergie Ferg. Little boy from Rosario. Skux Deluxe. Flash Tungo. And Isaac Baxter. All gifted memberships. Get around Slapper. Get around Slapper. 2nd tackle now for the Raiders. Joe Tarpany. He'll get this ball to the 15. There you go. Create Santa Claus. Create Santa Claus gift for Slapper. That's a funny one. That's good. Maybe we should. Maybe that's what we should have as the donation. Fogarty here. 4 tackle, 5 meters out from the line. 4 tackle for the Raiders. Decent little run there from Fogarty. They'll go left-hand side. Wolford off to Papa Lee. 3 meters out from the line. They go out the back to Whiten. Whiten puts that ball up in the air. Pretty good kick, actually. I think that's a knock-on. Is this a dropout or a knock-on here? Yeah, it will be a knock-on there from the Raiders. So it will be a 7 tackle set coming up here for the Wires. I don't mind the kick there, actually, from Whiten. I know it's a little bit deep, but in the same sense, I don't mind it. You know, it forces them to catch with the pressure well and truly on them from either the likes of the centers like Jared Kroger just then. Chat's going to go crazy with the Fetty. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's correct. Yeah, when there's a Fetty bomb that gets dropped, the chat, now there's that many members, that the chat will literally light up like a crazy one. God help us. Sainer says, there's always that really bad team that's turned into a powerhouse every year. 2020 was the Panthers, 2021 was the Seagulls, and 2022 was the Cowboys. Now 2023 is the Warriors and the Titans. 2024, thanks for coming. Thank you for coming, sir. Thank you for coming. Adam Blake off to Metcalf at the 45. They've got numbers here. Marcelo Montoya. Marcelo Montoya. Marcelo Montoya. Gets it on the inside. No, Metcalf knock on. Oh, they get the ball away here, the Raiders. And the Raiders, Sebastian Chris is going to bring this ball back here to the 15, to the 20. Good run there by Sebastian Chris. This is looking like an exciting game. Shish, hello Blaze. Shish, again, Slapper donate memberships, and unfortunately you weren't able to get another membership, Shish. You're unlucky. You're unlucky. Or maybe you just don't have the memberships allowed for you. 2nd tackle now at the 35. Lucas, are you saying the Titans are really bad, Mr. Streaming? No, well, we're first place right now, and we could be better. Awfully 20 attempt here. Oh my God, that's a good kick. Really deep, but didn't have the angle on it. Did not have the angles. The Warriors, Chancellor Clockstar brings it back here to the 15. Tigers are so they're up in first place, but they're not anywhere near as good. You know what? I will say they're bad. I will, because they're so good. But this is their bad. Take the Panthers. This isn't their best year right now, but they're still so good. They're still so good. So we're teams to Lesniak now. We'll get this ball out to the 30. It's third tackle. Shish with the $8 redo donations. I'll donate every time Slapper gives out memberships and I don't get one. So it's going to be the Warriors. Appreciate you, Shish. Thank you very much. So fourth tackle out to 42. And it's going to be Sean Johnson who kicks his ball into the corner. Bit of a weird kick, but it worked out nicely. He's just finding grass, and he found the grass beautifully. Oh, Rapana, just run the ball back, dude. 18 metres out. It's not the point, Lucas. It's not the point that she's just trying to make. So Raiders now get this ball to the 25. Second tackle. Shane Flanagan talking right now. Is he going to be allowed? He won't be allowed to be a commentator next year, will he? I don't think he's allowed to. I think that'd be a conflict of interest, surely. And also, he wouldn't have the time. No, I'm all over. I've just gotten to the understanding of that myself. Third tackle now for the Raiders at the 38. At the 45 now. Laurie says GC vying for the Commonwealth Games would be cool to go 2026 if they get it. Yeah, it'd be massive. They've got the facilities for it. They hosted the Commonwealth Games only 5 years ago. 2018. Decent kit there from the Raiders, but they didn't actually chase it down hard enough. But Rapana really welcomes Marcelo Montoya with a great tackle at 10. So first tackle now for the Warriors. Chance Neil Clockstar. Punch back to the 13. Charlie says, I'm scared. Well, you better get used to it, mate, because the rest of this season is going to get scarier. You need games like this. You actually, I'll tell you right now, I don't care who you play, you want games to be close. Because in the finals, you ain't beating any team by a big margin. So you want to know how to win the close games. So you actually would idealistically want, idealistically wouldn't be a word. Realistically and ideally, there you go, idealistically. But you ideally want every game to be close but win so that you have the experience going into the finals. That's what you want. So far as no, he won't. They had Hook last week in the Sharks game. Maybe he's taking Shane's job. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's probably right. So it's Raiders now with the ball at the 32. Oh, Barnett looks a little bit wobbly. He didn't look great just then. Second tackle at 42. Blah, blah, blah. So what if GC will reuse the same mascot if they get the Commonwealth Games? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how that'll go. So third tackle now for the Raiders. And this is their first decent set in quite a while, to be honest with you. Right-hand side, who is playing better? The Warriors have been playing better, but the Raiders are well and true. Oh, 6 again on fifth tackle. That is really bad for the Warriors. So 6 again now. And Elliot Whitehead, he's going to get this ball to the 20. Good run by Whitehead. First tackle. Oh, penalty. No, 6 again. I would argue that's a penalty, though. Like, he's fallen on top of him to prevent him from getting up quickly. Like, I'm sorry, that probably should have been a penalty in that situation. So first tackle now for the Raiders. They're going to be 10 metres out of the line. Warriors have got good defence, though. They've got good defence. Left-hand side of Papali'i. Papali'i, short ball. It's up. And 5 metres out, second tackle. 5 metres out here. Zach Wolford underneath to Whiten. Oh, I think he's lost that. Whiten's having a horrible game. Yeah, Jack Whiten's having an awful game right now. That is a knock on there from Jack Whiten on second tackle, and he was short. He just reached out so desperately to get it, and then just, lost the ball there. That's the thing is that like he's had such a poor game. His kicking game has been weak. He kicked out the ball out in the full. He does that just now. I tell you what, if you're a Raiders fan, you wouldn't be too happy with Jack Whiten at the moment. Niokoro looks like something's up, but Dylan Walker to come on the field with the Warriors is a good sign. Laurie says, was great for the Matildas and our girls win their first game last night. New Zealand selling the Women's Football World Cup well. The Matildas and also the... What's the New Zealand women's team's name? White Ferns? I'm not sure. I think it might be. No. I'm all over the shop. But what's your women's team referred to in football? All right, so Warriors get the ball at 10 metres out from their own line. So it says, Lucas, I hate this ref too. His name's Todd Smith. If you're complaining about the ref, those two decisions were fine in regards to the 6 against. But Todd Smith is the worst referee in the game. And I've dealt with Chris Butler in the last week, but Todd and Grant Atkins in the last 2 weeks. But Todd Smith for me is the worst refereeing the game. So second tackle now for the Warriors. They're 25 metres out from their own line. Marcelo Montoya brings it out to the 35. Slapper says need big Oranga to score. Corey Horsburgh scores a big call against this Warriors defence that is so beefy in the middle. But be interesting. Right hand side, Sean Johnson. Knock on. And the Raiders are away. Hudson Young. Hudson Young's going to score under the post. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. A knock on from the Warriors goes straight to Hudson Young. And the Raiders are going to make this 6-6 any moment now. That's just come out of nowhere. Toll Harris, Sean Johnson underneath, and Marani Akore. He was injured, something was up with him. So I'm surprised Sean Johnson passing the ball unless he just obviously didn't know. And the Raiders will score from that. Hudson Young picks it up and goes bang. Thanks for coming. So we'll be 6-6 any moment now because Hudson Young scores basically on the post. Why is there no Try July celebration? Junior Tubo didn't do it last night. A couple of Tigers boys. I don't think the game last night had many either. Why is there no... What is with the lack of Try July celebrations? Are they doing this because they don't want to promote a gambling company, maybe? I think that must be it because it's so strange that we're seeing so many teams and so many players not... Yeah, maybe it is the media thing. You might be right, CJ. But with that being said, I interviewed Brimo today. It went on the Instagram. But then I'm not media. I'm different. And I know these boys as well. But with that being said, it doesn't make sense. Because it is for charity. And some teams and some players have done it. Whilst other teams and other players aren't doing it. The players mean straight. But then why is there so many players that are still doing it? Whilst there are... the Warriors, I don't believe, have had one Try July celebration at all. The Raiders obviously have the most infamous one, but they didn't do one just then. Oh, well, get up the wires. Yeah, well, that's a tough one there. 20 minutes gone here, guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Not doing Try July wouldn't be a good look for trying to get support as well. I think that it must be to do with an anti-gambling thing. Because usually they do it regardless. It's not that they forget. So players always do it. It's just this year... It doesn't seem like they're getting behind it. I know Ricky Short would go mental if they celebrate after every try but lose. Well, no, because that would be just disrespecting a charity. It's all going to charity. Lucas says, Martinez Lesniak did the coconut both times last week. Okay, there you go. I think I'm also looking... I didn't watch the Sharks-Warriors game because I was at the Titans-Eels game, obviously. But I remember the Eels game, obviously. So the Raiders now, second tackle, will get this ball to the 28. Toxic, get around you. Get around you. Left-hand side. And Joe Tarpany now, third tackle to the 35. At least it's a close game, though. That's what we want to see. And that's, again, what the Warriors want to see. They don't want to be making mistakes like they just made, though. That was a pretty awful mistake to make. But it made sense considering that you just saw Niokore, not exactly in a great position before that. Papali'i can get an offload away. Doesn't do it, though. Fifth tackle at the 45. Yeah, but it's not a coach's job to care about charity. It's to give wins. Okay, but celebrating tries has nothing to do with that. If you're celebrating a try, it means you've done a good thing. I'm sorry, but your argument doesn't really make sense. Because by scoring a try, then if you celebrate, then you're celebrating doing a good thing. Why would you take that away from a player? That make no sense. Second tackle now for the Warriors. They're at the 15. They give it back here to Adam Pompey, who gets it out of the 25. Blah, 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 man, the Warriors only leave New Zealand 2 more times this year. I hope they don't choke a good chance at a top 4 finish. They're not a guaranteed home winning team. It's not like they always win their home games. People think it, but it's not the case realistically. They're a good team. It's nothing about where they're playing realistically. They can kind of win anywhere. Fifth tackle now for the Warriors. The 45, Dylan Walker's injured. Oh no, he's touching his knee. Oh, that sucks, man. Dylan Walker's grabbing at his knee and he was in a lot of pain there. Touchwood is alright, man. That sucks to see. So Raiders now at the 40 because he's been a big player for the Warriors this year. He can't walk. Oh, he's just hobbling pretty significantly. I don't think it would be an ACL or anything like that, Touchwood, because he is up. But he isn't walking great. So left-hand side now, Raiders will be third tackle to the 40. Third tackle here. Oh, no, he's okay now. That was weird. He was in agony. He was in agony and had a massive hobble, and now he's okay. Well, good. Well, the touch and wood worked. Fourth tackle at the 30. They go to Joe Tarpany. Out the back to Foggy. That was a great play from Tarbin. Now to set this up. Right hand side of Tomoko. Tomoko cuts back onto the inside. They're still going here. 15 metres out. Jeez, he's difficult man to bring down. So Rapana gives it off here to Fogarty. Fogarty kicks it across into the corner. Decent kick. Oh no! Oh no! The Warriors made a mistake. It would have been an easy catch for them, but they made a mistake at the back and it's going to be a dropout instead. Don't think you do a Broncos. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that happens. Yeah, Adam Fennell-Blake unfortunately got in the way there and Rockaberry dropped it. Yeah, that was done from the front rower. Easy 7 tackle set gone. Yeah, that was Adam Fennell-Blake who I think it touched his head. Surely you don't go for a short drop out here. Surely you kick this as far as you possibly can. And no, they don't. They go for the short drop out. Can they get it? Oh, knock back! Oh, that's a knock on. Oh, that's full pass. Oh. Yeah, it's... Unless the Raiders touch this ball first, this is the right call. I think it was knocked back from the kick, but then unfortunately Metcalf has knocked the ball on after that. Yeah, definitely not back from Adam Pompey. Definitely touched there by Luke Metcalf, which is a knock on. And I think that was a full pass from Metcalf anyway, to be fair. So the right call does get made. And the Raiders are going to go back on the attack and set. And this is the frustrating thing here for the Warriors because the Raiders, the only reason the Raiders are getting ball right now is because the Warriors are making silly mistakes. Gunnar Vid says that's not forward, the refs are tripping. Well, they didn't need to get to that. They said there was a knock on from Metcalf and it was. All right, 10 metres out now from the line. The Raiders, Matty Tomoko rolls back to Wolford. Wolford off to Corey Horsburgh. And Horsburgh's going to be 5 metres out, second tackle. This is what you want, Warriors fans. You want this. You want a tough battle to prepare you for finals. Second tackle, Wolford gives it off into Tarpany. Tarpany pushing through. 2 knees out, third tackle. Zach Wolford. Oh, he went himself. That was weird. Were they offside? They were up pretty quickly just then. 3 metres out. He gives... Oh, no. Fogarty. Knock on. Dylan Walker. Oh, no. They're saying this is a knock on here from Dylan Walker, not from Fogarty. Oh, I want to have a look at this one again. Okay, let's see here. Fogarty. Oh, it is going backwards. Yeah, the right call is going to get made here. I can hear the crowd booing. I get why they would be, but it does still go backwards by about a metre or two. It just goes through the hands. Will Sharks make top 8? I believe they will, yes. Laurie Gingatau says it's early Wires trying to be flashy. I wouldn't say the Wires are trying to be crazy flashy. It just seems like there's a bit of dew around and it's a little bit slippery. Left hand side of the Raiders. Oh no, the Raiders are trying to be flashy. They've lost the ball and Rocco Berry's away. Rocco Berry's at the 40. He's at the 50. Oh, Raiders are trying to be flashy. Laurie, not the Warriors. So it's going to be 45 metres out. Left hand side, Sean Johnson gives it out the back to Metcalf. And what's with the ball going to ground so much today from both teams? They lose about 10 metres there, the Warriors. It'll be second tackle at the 45. So it says, if I ever go bald, I aspire to be Dylan Walker bald. Mate, Dylan Walker is somebody. He is somebody, all right. Get around the ball there. So it's going to be second tackle here for the Warriors. Third tackle, 42 metres out. And they're going to call 6 again there. So it will be Adam Pompey now, who will be 35 metres out from the line. Whitehead just tried to strip the ball there. Right-hand side, Adam Fennell-Blake. I knew Jay and Truckett were going to slap that. I knew they were going to slap that. So second tackle now, 35. That's a bad play, the ball. Oh, it's a penalty. Yeah, to be fair, I would call it a penalty. Take the 2, Warriors. Take the 2 if I'm the Warriors from right in front. That's what you do. Take the lead at 8-6. Right in front, easy days. You take the 2, surely. That's exactly what they're going to do. That is exactly what they're going to do here. So the Warriors will take the 2 from basically right in front. It'll all come at the back of... Tell you what, Jack White's having a really poor game. You're right, but they aren't Dylan Walker bald. Oh, Vin Diesel's pretty bald, to be honest with you, mate. Actually, they're all... Tyrese is quite bald as well. They're all quite bald on Fast and Furious. Alrighty, so Warriors should be taking the lead here. It's from a decent way out, but with that being... Actually, no, it's not. It's 28 metres out. This is an easy. This is a pot over. Just slip it up and slip it in, son. Too easy. 12.5 minutes to go the first half. So many mistakes in this game. It's been a good game, but so many mistakes. You want to be like Corey Redhead. Thank you, Dasmo. So he's 79%, 62 from 79, I think it was. So Sean Johnson, and he will slap it through. So it is 8-6 to the Warriors. 12 minutes to go here. Look at all the Spider-Mans in the crowd. Dear Ricky, no chance of getting him back. Warriors fans, they love their signs, eh? Great, definitely the best in the business with the signs. They say plenty of Rays fans here. I haven't seen a great deal of Rays fans. There's a couple there, but it doesn't look like there's a huge amount of Rays fans. You look in the crowd right now, there's not much green that you can see. I can see some green there, but it's not. The commentary just said it was huge. Huge amount of Rays fans. I don't think so. So Warriors now, first with the ball. They get on to Adolfo. Blade gets the ball to the 10. Cuts it around, gets past Wolford. Still pushing those legs, though, to the 15. Good run. Both teams are a bit clunky, though. I wouldn't say that the Raiders are the only team clunky. Both teams have been making pretty significant mistakes. It's not like an easy mistake, like a significant mistake. The only reason the Raiders scored was off the back of a really poor knock-on. And the only reason the Warriors got that 2 just then was off the back of passing the ball on first tackle to ground, 20 metres out from the Warriors line, and Rockerberry broke away. Forward tackle, 45 metres out now from the Raiders line. I've seen quite a few Rays fans in the stands, to be fair. There's not many. I can't see that many. 10 minutes to go here, the first half, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. It's definitely not many. Look at the crowd. Dylan Walker's complaining that there is a crusher tackle here, I think. We will see a replay. You wouldn't go for the 2 in this situation, though. All right, here we go. Whitehead there. Oh, no. No, that's not a crusher. That's not a crusher. Lawrence, imagine Fast and Furious lead, The Rock would have did his rock bottom tackles. The Rock would be terrifying to hit a tackle. Yeah, Milkman Walker, right? And I agree with that one. David says, at the start of the year, I'd call you drunk if you told me this would be a 4th versus 5th game this late into the season. Yeah, I think I had these two teams for like 11th or 12th. Not going to lie. Most people didn't think the Warriors were going to have a great season. Same with the Raiders. Oh, knock on Raiders. It's a knock on. Yeah, and they will call it. There you go. It was looking like he wasn't going to call that for a second there, but it will be a knock on there from Albert Hobawade, and the Warriors are going to get a nice attack and set right now. Bing bong. Here we go. Cool kick there from Sean Johnson. Put a lot of pressure on through Watene Lesniak, chasing it nicely. And Watene Lesniak just kind of jumps up early, gets a bit of a pushback on the Albert Hobawade, which put him out of position there. 10 minutes to go first half. Here we go. Niokore has failed his HIA. So basically, when he knocked that ball on, he shouldn't have been on the field, is what that's saying. This is a very big moment of the game. But basically, when Niokore knocked that ball on, he was going to fail a HIA. All right. If they can score here, the Warriors, that's going to be huge. Again, though, this is a grindy game. And this was what it was always meant to be. Left-hand side, Wade Egan gives it out. Oh, no. Knock on first ball. Oh, and Tomoko's away. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. He gets the ball across now to Abu Hobawade. Hobawade now at the 45, at the 50, 45 out from the Warriors line. That's what happened with the Raiders, though. These two teams are playing exactly the same way right now. They make silly mistakes that let the other team get completely up the other end of the field. Dreadful. To knock that ball on first tackle. Wild. Gula comes on for Papali'i. Oh, Metcalf. To make that mistake was horrific. So right-hand side of the Raiders, they give it off here to Emre Gula. And he could have got the off a little way, but doesn't. Third tackle now. 35 metres out. Zach Wolford off to Sebastian Chris. Chris gives it off to Papa. Oh, Rapana. Sorry, I thought it was Papali'i, but it was Jordan Rapana, 2 metres out from the line. All right, Zach Wolford gives it outside to Fogarty. Kicks it through here. Good sit. Oh, drop out. Ooh. Good. It's going to be a drop out here from the Warriors to the Raiders. But that's a good kick there from Fogarty. Just set up just that nicely. Well, Hudson Young was nearly going to get a double just now. But Shaun Johnson cleans it up. Oh, that knock-on from Luke Metcalf was really poor. Jimmy Lee says, what are the Warriors doing? They play amazing for a couple of games and keep on making massive mistakes. Both teams are doing it today. It's not just the Warriors. This game has gone exactly the same way for both these teams, to be honest with you. So it goes up and, good take by Jordan Rapana. Really strong take. Left-hand side now, everyone good at the 20. 15 out now. All right, now it's the Raiders' opportunity to score. Zach Wolford off to Pasami Saulo, who's 5 meters out from the line. If they can get a 2, then this game's been going exactly the same way. Right hand side, Horsburgh gives up to Fogarty. Fogarty steps back onto the inside. He'll be 4 meters out, third tackle. The Wild's can't play on wet grass. Yeah, well, they aren't known as a wet team. They don't know how to play on the wet. They've lost their games in wet weather. So you're not wrong. Forward tackle here, 8 meters out from the line, Hudson Young. And that's a 6 again. Wow, he didn't call 6 again just now. Jamal Fogarty at the back here to Whitehead, 5 meters out from the line. That was a good call there for the Warriors. Probably should have been a 6 again. Wolford, Jack Whiten kicks it through. Good kick, but good tape. Wattenza Lesniak, who gets out of the in goal as well. That's nice. And then goes down so that he doesn't get dragged back in. That was very nice. Not a bad kick there from Whiten, but still, he's having an awful game. It wasn't horrific, but it wasn't that great because Wattenza Lesniak, easy one for him to pick up. But now the Raiders are putting on the stronghold on defense. 13 meters out, third tackle. Left-hand side. Raiders aren't really known for having a great attack, and they're going up against a good Warriors defense. I'm not sure how the Raiders are going to be able to win this game. Fifth tackle at 30. Good defense there. Alexius says, can Rapana and Zelezniak get a try? They can. I don't know if they do, but they can. So first tackle now for the Raiders. They'll get this ball to the 30. I always find that question so weird when people ask me that, because it's like, kind of, what do you want me to say? Like, yeah, they can. I know about as much as you do about if they do, if they're going to, though. They are both wingers who usually score, but that's all I can kind of say. So third tackle here for the Raiders, and they're going to be at the halfway point. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Tol Harris comes off, and Josh Curran goes on. Left-hand side to Corey Horsburgh, and he'll run the ball to about 43 minutes out. Super cagey game. Warriors are all offside there, but they're not going to call it. Trust me, a Titans fan, I know all about offsides nowadays. I guess in the future, and they don't. Thank you, Daz, mate. Thank you, Daz. So up it goes there from the Raiders. Not a good kick at all. Was that Whiten again? Oh, it was off Fogarty. Jeez, the kicking game for the Raiders tonight has been awful. Absolutely horrific. Every kick has just been so poor from the Raiders. So first tackle now at the 40 metre line for the Warriors. 5 minutes to go in the first half. And what's good is that even after this game, we have a big game as well between the Rabbitohs and Broncos. We don't have any kind of shit game tonight. Raiders are a bogey team for us. Are they? I think you're making an excuse. I don't think they are they? Oh, no. It's a knock on Raiders, and they're lucky, the Warriors, because that was a horrific offload from Shaun Johnson. Game's floating away from them. The game's not floating away from anyone right now. Both these teams are in just the same predicament. It's just the Warriors have that little slight edge. Captain Challenge here. I'm pretty certain this was just a knock-on from the Raiders. No, I know you're saying bogey. I don't think the Raiders are really a bogey team for the Warriors. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Or is that loose ball carry there? I don't... Okay, well, if Hudson Young doesn't knock the ball on here, I don't think. It just comes down if they say Zach Wolford has, but if Shaun Johnson is losing the ball, then that gets classed as a knock on. Interesting. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the Warriors getting the ball there, but that was a very, very 50-50. I would have thought that considering it's a loose carry there, that... I thought he knocked that ball on whilst he was trying to do it, though. I'm okay with it, but I do think that he might have knocked that ball on while he was trying to offload that. Jess says the Warriors beat the Raiders a few weeks ago. Yeah, I think Laurie's incorrect there because the Warriors flogged the Raiders about 4 weeks ago. As far as that was a strange one. It was a strange one. I think the incorrect call got made, but it's not like 100%. I'm okay with the 50-50 nature of that. So first tackle here for the Warriors. No, 6 again. So now it's going to be 0 tackle. Dylan Walker at the back of Chance off to Josh Curran. And Curran 30 metres out now from the line. Here come the Warriors again. First tackle. Left-hand side, Walker gives it out to Adam Fanor-Blake. I would love for him to score for my Supercoach team. Second tackle at 20. 4 minutes to go first half. They score usually you find teams win the game if they score in the last 5 minutes. Right-hand side here. Oh, to Rocco Berry. Oh, good run by Berry. 3 metres out from the line. Third tackle. Rolls back to Watinsa Lesniak, who gives it out all the way to Grass again. Warriors, stop letting it go to Grass. It's forward for me. Yeah, that's forward. Oh, it was Fanor-Blake who was going to score as well. It was forward. Let's be honest, because that would have been great for my super coach. I was just talking about it too. So Sean Johnson, Dylan Walker. Yeah, that's forward. Leo Francis says, was a Warriors supporter years ago but got tired of their self-implosions after building up steam. Biggest underperformers. It's not very nice. They have been for sure, but this year they've been exciting. Again, I don't think they win the comp, but like they're having a good season. You've got to enjoy every win and enjoy every game. Dylan Walker has had a great first half, in my opinion. Yeah, he's been decent. Well, that's going to be a penalty, though, against the Warriors. That's really unfortunate there. To be in an attacking position like that and then to give away something silly as a penalty, it's just a massive summary of how this first half has gone. Places my Supercoach streams are gone. They are. You know, I brought Campbell Graham back into my Supercoach team this week because I thought Trell was back in, but he's not. So I hope that Cody Walker can give him some good ball. Because I know that the Rabbitohs play unreal when they've got Trell there. So I still believe the Rabbitohs win, however. All right, Raiders now. They'll be 45 metres out from their own line. First tackle. Yeah, you shouldn't have left them, Leo. You guys support your team through the hard times. Otherwise, what's the point of supporting a winning team? You know, the hard moments is what makes you support. Second tackle now for the Raiders. Oh, that's going to be 6 again, I think I heard. No, don't worry about that. I was wrong. Tom Starling, though, with a great run. 25 metres out. It's going to be third tackle. Right-hand side, Horsburgh to Fogarty. He kicks it over the top here for himself! Oh! That is a try-saving tackle and a bloody half. That was a guaranteed try. Was it Chance? No, it was Watinsa Lesniak. Oh, they're going to say knock on from the Warriors. It's going to be Raiders ball. I thought it was just he grabbed it and then knock on from Raiders, but Watinsa Lesniak cover defense here is unbelievable. All right, so the ball bounces to the Raiders. How are the Warriors going to get this knock on here? No, that's a knock on Raiders. There's no way they're going to say high tackle. Settle down. There's no way they would say high tackle. Oh, it is. He does actually hit him across the face. All they're just going to say was just a knock onto the ball. I'm okay with that, but in the same sense, he does actually contact his head. Surprised, because they usually do call that as a high tackle. He does make contact with the head, but that was always going to be a knock on for the Raiders. I never saw why they said the Warriors knocked the ball on. Yeah, he's the winger flying across the field to say that is a massive, massive play by Watinsa Lesniak. Massive, massive play. Oh, I don't understand how that's not high. Nah, Wyora, you can't be saying let game flow. You'd be saying the opposite in if you're a Raiders fan. That was high. Yeah, that should have been Raiders for sure. That should have been Raiders ball for sure. Oh, that's controversy. That is a big bit of controversy because he clearly comes across on the head there as well. So second tackle now for the Warriors at the 45. I don't think it's a penalty try, but I definitely think it's a penalty. All right, 43 metres out from the line. Third tackle, 2 minutes to go now of the first half. Wade Egan goes right-hand side. Adam Fanor-Blake, go you big popper. Go! Good run to the 30. Fourth tackle. Probably should have been a 6 again there to the Warriors. Right-hand side, Sean Johnson and Mitchell Barnett. Lucky he didn't go left because it would have been a instruction otherwise. Yeah, send him to Ram struggling. Just send him to Ram. Sean Johnson, short ball. Oh, that's controversial. Oh, Chance Newell Clockstar will score a try. That's controversial, man. Right after the Raiders probably should have gotten a penalty, the Warriors are going to score. That's nice. Like good on for scoring a try, and they marched up the field easy as Brighton says. But to come off the back of the no penalty call for the Raiders is pretty rough. And it's just let's go the Warriors. 12-6 now to the Warriors with a minute to go the first half. It's too easy. Like the Raiders have only got themselves to blame, but like Warriors fans, you complain a lot about refereeing decisions against you've gotten a really beneficial call. So it's going to be 12-6 here to the Warriors with 52 seconds to go in the first half. But with that being said, I want the Raiders to not make the 8, to be completely honest with you. Tasman says, Waz still robbed. Tatum says, dodgy, but I'll take it. The try's not dodgy. The try is a great try. Terrible defense of the Raiders, but, it definitely should have been a penalty at the other end of the field for the Raiders. Ricky Short's going to be blowing up. Adam Fogarty says, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. As far as I think it only looked bad due to slow-mo. No, he still contacts him high so far. It's absolutely a penalty. It's not even questionable. That's why it's so ridiculous. And the commentary was saying it too. Like, it was definitely high. But with that being said, we move. It's 12-6 with 10 seconds to go the first half, and that will be the halftime score is either 12-6 or 14-6. Elite says Wise will still make top 4 if they win this. Yeah, they should. They've got a really good run home. And Sean Johnson will get the kick. So he makes it an 8-point game. 14-6 at halftime. There we go. 14-6 at halftime for the Warriors. They're loving it. Controversial, but they were leading regardless of the call. Great cover defense and cover play by Dallin Martinez-Lesniak to stop a guaranteed try there for the Raiders. And the Warriors are up and at them. They are up and at them. So guys, obviously like the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. And the time right on the buzzer there must be a kick in the nuts for the Rays. Yeah, it usually will mean the Rays lose this game. Not because of the score, but whoever scores right on halftime, 90% of the time going to win the game. Elise says it'll be the first home final in New Zealand since 2002. Is that right? The first home final since 2002? Can any Warriors fan confirm that? Bullet Boom says easy run home in the most dangerous games. Yes, Bullet Boom, because the teams have nothing to play for. But the teams no. Because you think you're already guaranteed a win, I guess, is what you're saying there. And it can be like that. It can be difficult. But with that being said, if the Warriors aren't going to beat those teams and beat them well, then what's the point of them being in the 8? What's the point of them being in the 8? If they can't beat the Tigers and the Dragons, and you know what? Throw in the Titans. Even the Titans will be a lot tougher for the Warriors than they think, especially considering the Titans won 4 games in a row against them. But if you can't beat those teams, what's the point of being in the finals? Laurie says, Waz added up 50-50 calls from years past. No. Connor Waters, that's not how it works. Connor Waters says, it's just me, but I don't think the Warriors are a finals team. They're a finals team because they're much better than other teams. But as I said pre-game, there are still things that I'm concerned about, for sure. Last was 2002. That's insane, man. Like, truly, that is an insane stat. I know the last Titans home final was 2010, and it was against the Warriors, actually. We beat them. I think it was 14-12 or something like that, or 12-10 at Seabass. It was my favourite game that I've ever watched, actually, for a Titans game, especially live. So 2002 is even crazier, to be completely honest with you. Seminary says, what I like about the Wars, they're playing structured footy, not just throwing it. This game is not something to explain about that. Normally, week in, week out, you're right, but this game, it's been all over the place from both teams. Someone says, we've played so bad, but still winning, don't know how to feel, to be honest. Yeah, but it's the Raiders. Like, this is what Raiders games are always like. The Raiders are not a fun team to watch. They're a grindy team. We don't know how they've gotten to where they are, but they are where they are. It's really odd. It's really odd because they're currently in 4th place with a minus 55 points differential. They haven't guaranteed their spot in the finals just yet. But with that being said, they really should be getting into it. But yeah, this has been a weird game. It has been a weird game. It's been a fun game, but a weird game. Now, why is it a home final in 2008? Well, there you go. That's still a long time, but yeah, that's better than 2002. Jeez. 2002, I was 8 years old. Elite Edit says Titans did play at Suncorp, which is technically their home game in finals in 2016. I think the year they got robbed versus the Broncos. We weren't the home team. It was the Broncos. The Broncos were the home team. And no, it's not. Technically their home game. No, it wasn't. We were 8th. They were 5th. And also, Suncorp's not our home final. The only time we play at Suncorp as a home team is in the preliminary final. Outside of that, that's literally the only week. We can't play the home final at Seabus. There's so much wrong with that comment. The Broncos came 5th, we came 8th, and which means they were the home team. And also, that was the first week of the finals. We did get robbed versus Broncos, but that was also that was 5th versus 8th, and the only time we play a home final at Suncorp is in the preliminary final. Max Watson says, does anyone know anything about why... That's why the Roosters in turn 10. Does anyone know anything about why Hold the Ball isn't uploading anymore? I realise I haven't seen him upload in a while. I want to know what he's thinking about this Warriors outfit. I'm not too sure. I know, I do know Hold the Ball. I'm not too sure why he hasn't been uploading, to be fair. I think I saw something on Instagram saying he's coming back soon. I know he does university, though, so it's probably just that university's coming down on him pretty hard. Again, I don't know. I can't speak on behalf of it. But yeah, I'm pretty certain it has to do with probably university. But message him on Instagram. He's got an Instagram out there. Dasmo says, the Warriors haven't even made the 8 since I've been born. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Andrew says, have you been over to England to watch City? Do you have a supporters club over your way? We do. We have one in Brisbane. We also have one in Sydney and in Melbourne as well. There's one in Adelaide and Perth. Yeah, there is. But no, I have not been able to get over to Manchester to watch them just yet. I would love to get there probably next year, but in the same sense, there's so many places I want to get to. And I would love to... Oh, is it Birmingham in 2025, mate? Slapper. I think it's Birmingham Commonwealth Games in... When's the Commonwealth Games? No, Birmingham already happened, sorry. Birmingham already happened. I'll figure it out. I definitely want to get there to vlog some football and obviously get to see my city. Slapper with the 10 gifted memberships, as you just heard me laughing. Appreciate you, man. You know it. More Brandon, Sarkis Hatshitty, Jacobal, Shirtwood, Chris Harrison, Ben, just simply Ben, Hermione McRae, Adit Angra, Kai's Kitchen, Rob D, and John Davies will give the membership. Appreciate you, Slapper, as always, man. We really do love it. We really do love it, man. But that was a hard list of names to read out just then. That was a hard list of names. Chance Nickel Clockstar is killing it this year. Yeah, he's crushing it. There he is. Laurie says, Slapper too kind. Yeah, get around him. Get around the old Slapper. I'm going to have some Pepsi Max. I think the next game's good too. Rabbitohs Broncos. It really should be. The Broncos really need to start dialing it up a little bit towards the end of the season. Especially considering they can go top of the table again. I think the only teams that I'm really looking at winning this comp this year is the Panthers and the Storm and the Rabbitohs. I think those three teams are the real biggest shouts by a decent little bit at the moment. Edit says Joe finished off his name. That makes sense. That does make sense. And Maury James Howard says the Wars got another home semi-final this year. While if you ask that other clown, where was that clown born? The Wars been there and done that. Wait, what? The Wars got another home semi-final this year. No, that's not what we're talking about though. Well, if you ask that other clown, where was that clown born? The Wars been there and done that. I don't know that. I don't know what he's saying. I'm sorry, Maury. I'm not too sure what you're trying to say. Reese Double says, in Holdable's last video, he said he was just out of hospital. Yeah, I think it's something... It could be that, or it could be university. I'm not too sure, mate. Again, I'm not too sure. And it says, it's getting tricky getting tickets these days, but I can try and help if you manage to get over sometime. You know what's a fun fact for you? Manchester City were actually my first 20 ever subscribers. The club, Manchester City, was one of my first 20 ever subscribers. No joke. Yeah. Because I posted that vlog of when I went to Manchester City versus Real Madrid and Roma, sorry. It was the Manchester City versus... The first ever vlog on the channel, Game Day Experience vlog, was actually football. It was Manchester City versus Roma in Melbourne, which was a week after the Gold Coast United versus... Sorry, it was Melbourne City versus Manchester City on the Gold Coast, which was great to be a part of. And they subscribed. Appreciate your shish for the $3 do donation. Says, I don't know why YouTube hates me. Slammers is still no Ginge score. Has not been a redhead scoring today so far. They have not. Just got my tickets for the Titans and Wars. Let's go. Titans and Wars. Sorry, I completely gapped it just then. Yeah, good stuff. Well, if you're near me, You'll also be around about 25,000 other Warriors fans because I know that stadium is going to be sold out. I know for a fact that Titans versus Warriors will sell out, and it's going to be 90% Warriors fans because New Zealand have a large supporter base on the Gold Coast as it is. There's a lot of Kiwis on the coast. And it says, I have to watch that, that's cool. Yeah, the vlogs are terrible. It was my first ever vlog and second ever vlog. That was my first, not my first ever video, but it was my first ever vlog. I only had made 3 FIFA videos before that. C-Rex says, what you take of Flunner getting rid of players? Well, he needs to. Of course he needs to. He's going to come in and he's going to change up the team to suit his team. And the Dragons are in, third last right now with the potential of second last. Desi Hazard doesn't need to come into the Titans and completely adjust and readjust the entirety of the team. He doesn't even need to change a great deal at all, actually. He just needs to put his own emphasis on what he wants. But he doesn't need to do a Dragons rebuild. The rebuild for the Titans and Dragons and all that sort of stuff with new coaches is completely and utterly different. Max says, I remember a Titans vs Dragons game a few years back had mostly Dragons fans. They're everywhere. Not so much anymore. Like, Dragons used to bring a lot of fans to Titans games, but also you got to remember you were also probably talking about in the 2010s, and in the 2010s we had a really, really rough time. This year for the Dragons game, there wasn't more Dragons. Some people try to say it on TV, but there wasn't. I can tell you, Dragons used to be one of the better away fan bases. The Warriors obviously do have a great fan base. Roosters are okay. We'll see tomorrow. Broncos, 50-50, man. I remember we outnumbered them last year. This year was probably 65-35 Broncos. That's because they're good. Rabbitohs have an okay amount of fans. Like, they have a decent, you would have thought better, but the Rabbitohs have Rabbitohs have a good away core-ish. It's not as good as you'd think it would be. Storm, no. Panthers, bandwagoners, man. Like, Panthers never brought anybody. Like, look at the local area that they're from. Do you expect them to be travelling up to the Gold Coast for the game? Not so much. And they never did until the last 3 years. So they bring a lot of fans nowadays up from Penrith or just bandwagoners on the Gold Coast. Cowboys have a decent amount, obviously. Knights don't really bring many at all, actually. Manly have a good fan base up here. Who else am I thinking about? Eels? Whatever. Not much. Tigers? No. Tigers don't bring anybody. Tigers never bring anybody. It makes sense as well. If I'm missing a team, let me know. Shining Stars, the Broncos have the most fans. No, they don't. The Broncos do not have the most fans. The South Sydney Rabbitohs do. But if you want to talk about Broncos having the most fans, they have a lot of bandwagoners for sure. Not as many bandwagoners as some teams, like Parramatta though. Day 7,067 of asking to bring back the Knicks rebuild. Don't tell me you Googled that to see the last... No, 7,067 wouldn't make sense. That's too far. It probably would be about maybe 2,000 days since I did the Knicks rebuild. What about the Finns? The Finns don't have fans. I don't care what people say. Finns do not have fans. They might have a couple of old folks that get around the team because of the Q Cup days and that live and reside in Redcliffe. But outside of that, anyone you're seeing at a game with a Redcliffe jersey who is about my age or your age in the 20s or like early 20s or late 20s like me or teenagers and even 30-year-olds, they're not Dolphins fans. They're ex-Broncos fans or they're just a bandwagoner. Warriors, the Vikings need to pull finger if they want this. Who's hungriest? I think the Warriors win this. I tipped them before the game. It's definitely turned on. Laurie, YouTube just wants me to go broke. Well, makes sense, shish. It will make sense. Jimmy Lister says, halftime Warriors missed 19 tackles compared to the Raiders' 12. Yeah, well, this game's been really hard to read in a lot of ways. Like, again, it was a controversial call not to provide a Raiders a penalty for a high tackle from the Warriors, and then they went and scored. With that being said, there's been so many mistakes in both these teams. The Warriors haven't been their best. Raiders have kind of played like they do, but they usually win games playing like this. It's weird. You're even wearing an orange hat. Wearing a Brisbane Roar hat, mate. He's wearing a Brisbane Roar hat. Yes, he is. I'll try and get back into the A-League this year, but like the APL is really messed up. APL, the FFA, you name it. Who's the next lot that are going to ruin Australian football? Laurie says, Finns are Broncos fans when Broncos lose. Finns are Broncos fans when Broncos lose, and yeah, a lot of yeah, absolutely. And also Finns are just simply Broncos fans. Because you can't, and this is why when people say to me, oh, like a Dolphins fan will go to me, oh, it's been tough the last couple of weeks, or, it really hurts to see this team struggling at the moment or whatever. I say you support your team for 3 months. You don't know jack shit, really. Like, I'm sorry. And I don't mean to, like, really offend you, but in the same sense, like, with all due respect, you don't have a clue about how it feels with your team because you've supported your team for 3 months. You haven't got any investment in it. None at all. If you're an old folk who was a part of the Q Cup days and wasn't a Broncos fan and was just a Redcliffe diehard, and they had a good fan base in the Q Cup who were diehards for Redcliffe, so there are a couple, but outside of that, they don't exist. But with all due respect, people who have been supporting the Dolphins this year don't know jack shit about how it feels to support a team that's either struggling or whatnot. Jay just dropped the link to the Titans podcast. Appreciate you, man. That is the link right there if you want to go subscribe to myself and Clarkey, who talk all things Gold Coast Titans every week. David Twipple says, what's your thoughts on Dane Laurie returning to the Panthers? You think this is a smart move before re-signing Luai and Edwards? Well, if you I don't really get it. Like, I understand it's depth, but I don't get it for Dane Laurie's part. I get it for the Panthers' part. I think it's a good signing for the Panthers, but it's a confusing signing for Dane Laurie, who probably could have got a starting spot elsewhere. Shining Stars says, what about fans from outside Australia? Which team is the sport overseas? Probably the Rabbitohs. I'd probably say. But then again, I haven't really... Like, in Fiji and whatnot, it really depends on who the Fijians are playing for. Like, Micah Sidvo at the Eels, Jarryd Hayne played for the Titans. There's a lot of Titans fans there because of that as well. There's a lot of Storm fans in New Zealand, weirdly enough. A lot of Storm fans in New Zealand. I don't get it. But here we go, guys. Second half is about to get started here. So let's go and hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And here we go. Fins up, Broncos fans. No, thank you. No, thank you. No. We're not going to start this musical BKR sport again, BKR musical. Where we start doing all the sounds of the teams. But the Raiders will kick this ball off here to the Warriors. Augustine says up at a Waz. The RBB will save the A-League. Will they? At least they'll do better than what the Terrorists did with the victory. All right, left-hand side. And they'll give Adam Fanua-Blake to the 15. Thoughts on Tigers going for Jaden Sullivan? I don't understand why the Dragons are doing it. Especially considering they're probably going to lose Ben Hunt. I don't understand why they're getting rid of all their halves. Second tackle now for the Warriors. But the Tigers going for Jaden Sullivan, it probably makes sense because Brendan Wakeham's not the guy. And they've just lost Dane Laurie, so who's their 6? So it'll be third tackle now for the Warriors at the 38 or so, right-hand side of Barnett. Barnett to Chance, and Chance will be taking out the 45. Personally, I don't think that the Raiders are going to be able to get more than 8 points in this second half. I think the Warriors will just win it. I think they could win this game 24-12. I'll go. Sean Johnson puts his ball up. Dwayne's the 6th, he's back next year. Dwayne's okay. He's like weirdly overrated a little bit. Like, he's good, and I enjoy watching him play at times, but he's nowhere near the 6 people make him out to be. Like, he's okay. And you don't mind him, but in the same sense, they still have no 7. And also, Dwayne, he's coming back from a serious long-term injury, and his kind of build and the way he plays is a massive negative for what that could potentially hold. Well, that's an obstruction. Should have been a penalty. Warriors. 4th tackle now for the Rays there at the 35. Gives up to Emre Gula. He's at the 40. 5th tackle. Not a great set there for the Raiders. And Fogarty puts a high ball up. Jeez, they're going to let it bounce here, the Warriors. And it will luckily not bounce badly. Watinza Lesniak gets away from 1 tackle and gets it back to the 20. So if it's possible, the Tigers will be worse next year. I'm here to witness it. Well, we said this last year, right? That everyone always goes, if you come last, the only way is up. You can't go any further down. Well, guess what? The Tigers are breaking records because they came last year and they will finish worse this year. They were 16th last year, and that is last. And this year there's 17 teams, and they're in 17th. So the only way is not up, unfortunately, for Tigers fans. They're proven. There is multiple different ways. And God help them if they are last until the 18th team comes in. So 5th tackle now for the Warriors at the halfway point. Dwayne is out for half of next year. Oh, yikes, Alex. I didn't even know that. Half of next year as well. Wow. Leffe says, Waz on the way. I don't see anyone beat them anymore. Leffe, come on. Let's not be silly now. What do you mean you don't see anyone beat anymore? The teams with a bit... Oh, good run there by Jack Whiten. Like, the teams that you've got to worry about are the Storm, the Panthers, and the Broncos, and the Rabbitohs. All of which have beaten you this season. I don't know if you've beaten any of those teams. Have the Warriors beat any of those teams yet? I don't think they have. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think the Warriors have beaten any of the good teams yet. As in, like, the Panthers, the Storm, the Broncos, and the Sharks. Not the Sharks, sorry. The Rabbitohs. Those 4 teams. The Warriors have a shocking record against the Storm. Yeah, well, I can see them definitely getting into the second week of final. Oh, chance gets us to the 15 or so. And we beat the Warriors with no Origin players. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jasper. You know, Broncos also had a lot of players out in that game. Rabbitohs also had no Trell Mitt in that game, I don't believe. Second tackle now for the Warriors, and they're going to be at the 20. I don't want to shit in the Warriors, but it's like you can't be coming in saying you can't see them losing to anyone anymore. Like, who have they crazily beaten? Anyone know if little puppy is dead or when he went to be back? He's actually training again. Little puppy. He's back. I don't think he's there, but he's like close to getting back into the team. So right hand side will be Mitchell Barnett, fit tackle. That's going to be such an awesome moment to see Pappenhausen play again. And I think everyone's been so invested in his recovery, a lot more than we've seen from obviously previous guys in situations like this. But that's because of how good he is. Always got a lot on it there. They'll go for a 7 tackle set though. Good leave there for Sebastian Chris. I don't think Sean Johnson really got that one wrong. He would have just expected that one to be caught by the Rays and then bring it back, but just bounced awkwardly and went dead. Tasmanian says, Bankstown Bulls will enter next year and the Tigers will finish 18th. Thank you, Daz, for a Bankstown Bulls reference. First tackle, Jacob Toby says, which teams outside the 8, if any, except the Cowboys, could you see make the 8? That I could see make the 8? I can see a world Manly do it. I can see a world where the Titans do it. I see a world where the Roosters do it, but they're very unlikely. As in, like, all these teams are really unlikely. I can see a world, maybe. I don't think the Knights do it. I can't see a world where the Knights do it. Third tackle now. Left-hand side gives up to Whiten. Whiten now gives up to Kroger. Oh, I thought he passed that ball, but he didn't. At the 40, it'll be 4th tackle. Left head, big man. Oh, left head said something, did they? No, I didn't even see it. Oh, I'm not on live chat. That's probably why. Let me have a look at live chat. What did left head say? What's left head said here? Oh boy, salty. Also, my team's not even in 13. If you muppet. Max Watson says full strength Panthers only beat him 18-6, and Warriors had 2 sin bins. That's the thing though, Leffe. Like, I'm not the one who's going to be hurting in the end. You can ignore the facts that I'm speaking in regards to the team that I'm talking about, all you like. I'm not the one who's going to be crying at the end of it. I'm just preparing you for something that is a fact in this season. That the Warriors still haven't beaten the Panthers, the Rabbitohs, the Broncos, or the Storm. So to say that you're not going to lose to anybody is insane. It's insane to me. Like, they also went 0-2 against the Roosters, who, there you go, they are actually in 14th right now. So lower than the shit that you're talking about, a team that I don't even support. I'm not a Dolphins fan, you muppet. I wonder what's happening with Neil Glockster. Been loving what the Wars have done this year, but both these teams going out in straight sets in the finals. In my opinion, no finals consistency is a big factor. It is. You hear that, Leffert? Oh boy. Full strength Panthers only beat them 18-6, and Warriors had 2 sin bins. Okay, well that's fine. But the Broncos also had a complete youth team in and did it. So fit tackle now for the Warriors at 40. And they lost the Knights as well. Yeah, well, no, let's not. There's no nitpicking here. It's about the big teams that they're talking about. You don't need to talk about that. And that was also like round 1. So it's going to be raised. That was 4 months ago. That doesn't matter. So raised now. It's like when the Broncos beat the Panthers in round 1. Doesn't matter. That was 4 months ago, 3 months ago. Barnett comes off Ever Sirenen. And yeah, that's right. So third tackle at the 20 here for the Raiders. But again, you just have to enjoy the season for the Warriors. They're having a really fun year to watch. Oh, is that a knock on? Is there a Biffo? Is there a Biffo? Biffo! A big red Biffo! Biffo! It's flared up here. The Biffo's on. Yeah, like the chart with the Biff gif. The Biff gif, I like that. Biff gif. Every team has losses that you wouldn't expect. Let's calm down. Well, that's what I'm saying, Lucas. We don't need to talk about the Knights. The Knights have no relevance to the conversational point that I'm making. Biffo, get the gloves out. Can the Panthers go 3-peat? Absolutely. They're the team to beat right now. I don't think Josh Curran's really done anything wrong there. What did he do? Horsburgh has come in here out of nowhere. It might be a bin for him. Oh, it's a penalty. A penalty to who? It's just Biffo. Biffo, in Australian terminology, is like a fight. Biff. I think that Horsburgh's going to get binned here. There's going to be a bin here for Horsburgh, I reckon. Get ready for the bin gif. Get ready for the bin gif. Oh! Oh, just a penalty against him. Wow. I thought there was going to be a bit of a Biffo. But it will not be. Horsburgh lost the plot here. Yeah, it's definitely a penalty against Horsburgh. It was so random. He's about to cry. Watch it, Tasmate says. Yeah, usually they call bin for that running out of nowhere to get involved in the play. I know you guys are saying no bin, mate. I know there's no bin, but usually they do call that. Andrew says the Ginge fella needs to be careful in the Aussie sun. Yeah, Corey Horsburgh. Big old Queenslander, son. So first tackle, 10 metres out from the line. Yeah, Corey Horsburgh is a Queenslander, so I think he'll be right in the sun. I think he'll be right. Dylan Walker, second tackle. Listen to the crowd right now. They're 3 metres out from the line. 6 again here for the Wires as well. Right-hand side, they give it out to Adam Van Blake. Taken down 3 metres out from the line. Second tackle. Lucas has no bin. We've had a few calls though, so no complaints. He scored a try off one of them. Left-hand side, Sean Johnson gives it up to Metcalf. Metcalf gives it off. Oh, Jackson Ford, good run. Taking down 5 metres out. Second tackle. All right. Pompey, no, not the play, bro. Ruined momentum as well. Third tackle, 3 metres out from the line. Wilder says, since when have Warriors had fans? Every team has it, though. When they get successful, they have large... Oh, Jack White comes out. That's why the Warriors fans had signs in the crowd earlier this season saying this stand used to be empty. Right side, Sean Johnson gets it out! What's that? Try time for the Wires. Try time for the Warriors. Bing bong. Try time for the Warriors. How about the Wires? At least his Warriors are the best fans in the comp. There are others. Warriors faithful are just as strong as a lot of other, teams like the Tigers, teams like mine. There are a small group of really strong fans, but the large portion of it is very bandwagony. For example, the Warriors in the last 10 years haven't had great crowds at all, but this year they're selling out games. And I think that's also in part to the fact that they're back home now. But the true faithful of them, they're with the Titans, the Tigers, the Knights, and those kind of teams that have had no success, but yet still have crowds when they do. Even when they're poor, they still have something. So, even 10,000. But, it's great to see the Warriors selling out their grounds this year. It really is fantastic. Jimmy says, Blazy, he dive? Yeah, he dived. Yeah, he dived. Yeah, he gets that, baby. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Perm pride, baby. Get around to perm. So 30 minutes to go here in the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And don't forget, we'll be streaming the Rabbitohs and the Broncos game right after this. Sounded right, Laurie. Sean Johnson is 3 from 3. It's a difficult kick, though. It will make it a 14-point game if he gets it from the wing. So Warriors will... he's missed it. So it stays a 2-try game. I still don't think that the Warriors lose it. I still don't think the Raiders score more than 14 points, though. I said 24-12, I think. Didn't I? 26-12? 24-12? Something like that. Elite Edit says, Knights were getting 20k during their spoon years, but their crowds have kind of died out this year for some reason. Yeah, you're right, kind of, actually. Have their crowds really died out this year? I know there wasn't many at all at that Titans game. Titans versus Knights, which makes sense, but... Yeah, I haven't really taken note of the numbers at Newcastle games. There's some really heavy hairstyles on the field. Oh, that's going to go in the full. That's going to go in the full. Yep. Well, there's the Raiders for you. This is a very Raiders performance, but they still usually win with performances like this. That's why this is the Raiders, and that's why they're still not guaranteed a top 8 position. But they're lucky they can only drop down to, I think, 6th. Major Pound named the lock with Carrigan second row for the Bronx. That's weird. That's really strange. At least, the crowds look a lot smaller. I know that when I was at Newcastle for the Knights-Titans game, it was not much crowd at all. Who? I want to know. You can hear the whole crowd. It's great to hear. All right, first tackle now for the Warriors. You'll hear it tomorrow. 30 minutes out. No, sorry, 22 minutes out. That's a weird... Oh, that's because that would be the 22 for rugby. Right inside, Dylan Walker. He'll get this ball 13 out. Second tackle. Yeah, it was a great kick, actually, from the Warriors to get this ball inside the attacking 20. So third tackle now for the Warriors. They're 5 meters out from the line. Third tackle. Will be great win tonight for the Wires and then bye next week. Yeah, absolutely. Well, if they win tonight, I'd nearly guarantee them a top 4 spot with their run home. Fourth tackle now, 5 meters out. You just got to hope that bye doesn't ruin the momentum because they've got some great momentum right now. Adam Fanor Blake, crunch back. Good defense there from the Raiders. Fifth tackle, 5 meters out. Wade Egan, all the way across. Sean Johnson kicks it through. It's a good kick. It's a good kick. Oh, it's a dropout. Still a great kick. Very good kick. Oh, Sean Johnson clutching at something. Hope he's alright. You don't want to be losing him. But the Warriors have such good momentum right now. You really got to just hope that bye doesn't really kind of stuff you a little bit. That's why the bye can be so good and so bad at some points. And that's why I think that the Eels are going to hate that they're the last bye of the season. And just because also I think that they're not going to have the points differential to keep them in with with the bye. I think it actually is a frustrating thing for Eels at the end of the year. Sean Johnson gives it off now, and they're going to be 5 meters out from the line. The Warriors' second tackle. I can't wait to actually see the crowd numbers for all teams by the end of the year, because Titans have had a really good crowd number this year. It's always been like 14, 15K. You know, of course you say that, Lucas, but I'm talking from a non-biased standpoint. Jackson Ford here, be 3 meters out from the line, 4 tackle. 4 tackle here, 3 meters out, left-hand side, Martin Montoya! No, 5 meters out from the line. Oh, 6 again. I think we play Titans after bye, no momentum. Yeah, Titans after the bye in 2 weeks' time in Seabus on the Gold Coast. Roosters for 17th. Ronaldinho says, Rabbitohs or Broncos? I'm taking the Rabbitohs even without Trell. Luke Metcalf! Oh, Pompey, how has he not scored? That's a great try there from Sebastian Chris. Right hand side of Metcalf. Metcalf! I think he scored. No, he's held up, I think he's held up. This is close. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, this is great defense from Sebastian Chris if he stops this, because he stopped the last one. He's up. Yeah, he's not going to go down there. That is great defense there from Sebastian Chris. Yeah, saved 2 tries in the space of 2 tackles. Well, you can clearly see that that's not going to touch the ground there. You're right, Wires after the bye fly to Oz. Yeah, they do. It's the Gold Coast. At least they'll have a good home crowd there, though. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, short of the line. So it will be, I think, 4 tackle. I agree, Lucas. Titans are your hardest game, and that's not just me, circle jerking my team. Titans are the hardest game left for the Warriors, simply because they've lost the last 4 games in a row against them, and it is obvious on the Gold Coast. With that being said, the Warriors will go in heavy favourites to that game, but Titans could provide a little bit of a bit of a struggle for them. Left-hand side, especially if they... Oh, 1 second. Oh, that's going to be obstruction. No. If he's... I would not score if I'm the Warriors here. 5th tackle, 5 meters out. Especially if the Titans were able to beat the Roosters tomorrow and the Cowboys next week. That would provide real interesting context to that Titans-Warriors game. But that takes a monumental effort from the Gold Coast. So Dylan Walker here. Oh, it's friendly fire. Joe Tarpanay got hit by Emre Gula, unfortunately. He just hit him in the head. Yeah, that's weird from Tarpanay. Like, that was... So Tarpanay won't come back here. I don't think Tarpanay is going to come back onto the field here because he's just head clashed his own player in the back. Paper Potatoes are getting around the wires. At least as his Titans should beat the Roosters. The Roosters have been awful this season. I hope so, man. Oh, so no Tino, though, is a big loss, but we put Isaac Lewin in the front row. I like it. Got Aaron Clark as the starting 13. Big Davey and Cleese back row. Bit of Mike Footawake in front row. Sammy Verrill's going up against his old team, proving him why that he's been the big loss of their season. Fit tackle for the Warriors, 5 metres out. AJ Brimo back. Gave him a chin, but yeah, gave him a good old chin, that one. Gave him a good old whack with the chin. Right inside, Luke Metcalf off to Johnson, kicks that ball up. Nice kick for Matisse and Lesniak! Oh, I think it's going to be a dropout. It's going to be a dropout here. It could be a knock-on for Martinez Lesniak, but I think it is a dropout. Alright, so Hopper Wade, Martinez Lesniak go up. Yeah, it's off Hopper Wade, so it should be just a dropout here. Still 26 minutes to go. Still time with the Raiders, but without Tarpane now, they're going to find it really tough down the middle of the field. Second half, tackling opposition half. 5 times for the Raiders, 24 times for the Warriors. Tells you how this second half has gone so far. Very low scoring Supercoach game. Highest score, CNK 57. I watched Sean Johnson on like 45 or something like that. Did it go 10? Did not. Take the 2, Warriors. Take the 2. Too easy. That really should be the game for me. That really should be the game. That should be the game there for the Warriors. To make it 14 points, I can't see. The Raiders aren't a great attacking team, and the Warriors are a good defensive team. The Raiders have scored, 300... Wow, Raiders... The Raiders have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They've got the 13th best attack on the comp, the Raiders. The 13th best attack. And they've got, in regards to defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're the 12th best defense. How is this team 4th? They've got the 12th best defense and the 13th best attack. How is this team top 4? It blows my mind. Blows my mind. Matthew A says, Warriors playing a new brand of footy and it could very well put them in the grand final. Let's see them beat teams like get excited, but let's see them beat teams like the Panthers, the Broncos, the Storm, and the Rabbitohs first. They haven't beaten any of those teams yet. This is exciting times for the Warriors, but guys, we need to settle. We need to settle and still be realistic a little bit right now. They still have not beaten one of those really top 4 teams. I know the Rabbitohs are in 8th right now, but the Rabbitohs had no Trell Mitt. Cody Walker's been out for a heap. Campbell Graham's been out for so long. They've had no Jai Arrow. They've had no Kevin Murray at times, Damien Cook at times. That whole team's been disjointed. They're still in the top 8. That team will be firing come finals when Trell Mitt comes back next week. I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Rabbitohs. But again, the Warriors haven't beaten those top 4 teams yet. So it's exciting for them, and they'll be in the top 4. And it's just unlucky for them that they don't play any of those teams in the run home. They have the bye. The Titans away, the Tigers away, Manly at home, the Dragons at home, and the Dolphins away. So it's an easy schedule for them. A really easy schedule. You would have loved to have seen one of those top 4 teams there to get them ready for finals. And I know it sucks to hear. But it's just it is the truth of it all. It's the reality of it all. SJ49, AFP 45. Ooh, yikes. So Sean Johnson kicks his ball in the corner. Laurie says, talk about Chin Boy. Is he back tonight for the Panthers? I think so. I think he is. But he's not playing tonight because I think they play on Sunday, don't they? Yeah, they would because tonight's Rabbitohs Broncos and tomorrow is Titans Roosters, Knights Panthers. Oh no, sorry, they play tomorrow. No. Who's Knights playing tomorrow? I can't remember. Isn't it Panthers Dogs on Sunday? 3rd tackle now. They'll get this ball to the 25. They haven't won a game by more than 10. Who haven't? The Raiders. Oh yeah, no, we know that. But the Raiders here, they get a penalty at the 30. Appreciate you, Paul. Matthew says, those Raiders stats truly show no matter if it's high scoring or low scoring, if you show up on the day and do a little bit better than your opposition, winning will outshine stats. It shows that, but it also shows that the team's not going to win the comp. Even though they're in the top 4, they're just not. Yeah, they're just not. Whether they win this game or win this or not, they know how to win the grinds. But that is really poor. 12th best defense and 13th best attack is insane. So third tackle now, 13 metres out. Knights versus Storm and Eels versus Cowboys. Oh, Knights versus Storm, yeah. Panthers Bulldogs on Sunday. So I was right from the start. Fourth tackle, leave the Raiders 13 metres out. You want to start getting a bit of a move on to make this game interesting. Jack Whiten has not had a game. Right-hand side, they give it off here to Hudson Young, and he'll be 5 metres out. And you've got to remember, the Raiders have not scored a try on an attack. They scored a try off a Warriors mistake. Right inside, Fogarty kicks it. Oh, that's a knock on. And it's going to be 6 again here for the Warriors. For the Raiders. 6 again, 10 metres out here for the Raiders coming up. But you've got to remember, the Raiders scored their try for knock on from the Warriors where Hudson Young picked it up and ran 60, 40, 50 metres to get the try. So the Raiders haven't actually scored an attacking try in this game. New Zealand will have the 2 most expensive wingers in the comp next season with Lesniak and RTS, since RTS probably won't start over CNK. For fullback, you can't drop him. He's in being career best form. He'll be centre. They'll keep Marcelo Montoya and retain Lesniak on the wing. They'll have Chancellor Klokstad as the fullback, and they'll have centres of RTS and one of Rockaberry / Adam Pompey. So it's going to be first tackle of the Raiders. They're 5 metres out from the line. They give it off to... not sure who that is there for the Raiders. Second tackle, 3 metres out. Connor Water says, I don't know if the Raiders make the 8 with their for and against and a hard stretch home. Do they have a hard stretch home, do they? I haven't looked at their stretch. First tackle is 6 again. First tackle for the Raiders, 5 metres out. 20 minutes to go the game, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Raiders, oh, so close. 2 metres out from the line. 3 metres out. Starling gives out the best hit of Fogarty. Whitehead, 5 metres out. Third tackle. They give it outside to Fogarty. He kicks it through early. It's going to be 6. Oh, Raiders are going to score. Oh, that's good cover defence by Rocco Berry. No, sorry, Adam Pompey, sorry. So that's 4 tackle apparently. I thought that was going to be 6 again. All right, so White now 4 metres out from the line. Rays aren't doing much here on the attack. And, that's unlucky for the Warriors. They're going to check this to see if there's a Raider knock on. But White scored a try here. I think you're going to say no try. Yeah, they do. Initially knock on Sean Johnson and then Canberra. So it's going to be Warriors knock on probably. Yeah, so it's going to be knock on Warriors. Yeah, absolutely knock on first from Sean Johnson, but I definitely think there's a knock on for the Raiders too. Yeah, Adam Blake is the most highest forward, most pay. It's definitely knock on Sean Johnson first. He's the most highest paid forward. But I think Callum Ponga would be the highest paid. Alright, so no try, but it will be Canberra ball here. It would have been so unlucky there too. Alright, Raiders ball here, 10 metres out. They have to realistically score here to make it a shot. To make opportunity. They really love these Spider-Mans, eh? Watini Lesniak is on like 850k because the Dogs paid overs for him and they shipped him off to New Zealand. Well, he's playing like an 850k winger right now. He's been having a great season. But that is a lot of money for a winger. That's a lot of money for a winger. The Dogs, man. Wow. Callum Pong is the highest paid. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But Adam Blake, I believe, is the highest paid forward in the game. I think he's probably top 5 paid. I think he's like 1.2 or something ridiculous. Raiders, left-hand side. Oh, they're going to score. No, good defense, Warriors. 5 metres out of the line. First tackle for the Raiders. Leo Otawa or something. I think they'll probably go with not Rockaberry, Adam Pompey as their centre next year with RTS. He was our fullback for a bit. Oh, is that why? Okay, well, that's fullback money, so that would make sense. So it's basically what's going to happen to Crichton when you guys realise that he's on a fullback. Third tackle now, 10 metres out from the line. Starling. Mariotta is the player that I'm talking about there. 5 metres out, 4th tackle. This is good Warriors defence right now. But they are going up against the 13th best attack in the comp. So Papali, 6 again to the Raiders. This is good work. This is good for the Warriors. You know, you want to be able to learn to just maintain this because this is what will happen in the finals. The teams will throw everything at you. You need to know how to defend it. So right now, this is actually good experience here for the Warriors. 3 metres out here from the line. Raiders short ball to Emre Gula. And he'll be about 4 metres out from the line. Avarillo's a better fullback than Critter would have kept him. I would agree. Crichton's better. Oh, Raiders! No, 2 metres out from the line. I would actually say Avrilo is a better fullback than Crichton, but I think Crichton's a better player overall. Right hand side, Fogarty underneath to Tomoko. Tomoko gets the offload away to Starling. Kicks it through for Kroger. Dropout coming up. Another dropout. Warriors, you don't short kick this. Just kick it long. Yeah, this is such dreadful attack. It's great defense from the Warriors, but the attack is so stilted. And this is the Raiders. Create next $1 million centre, yeah. Is he actually on 1 million? Is he actually on 1 million? Primatol's your hat's in the wrong way, bro. Oh, okay, hold on 1 second, bro. Alright, so 18 minutes to go. Here go the game. 20-6 to the Warriors. Lauren Ingatau says, agreed, Daz, mate. Avarillo, a diamond in the rough. Yeah, I think that he's underrated quite a bit. And Kroger now, he'll get this ball at 20. He's still pushing. Oh, that would have been obstruction. He goes down there, 15 metres out from the line. If that's not good enough for you, Primatol, I'll do it this way for you. Raiders now right-hand side. Elliot Whitehead, he's going to be 10 metres out from the line, second tackle. Chris on 600. Not at the Bulldogs, he's not. At the Bulldogs, he's on like a mil. Left-hand side, Fogarty. Off to Whiten. Whiten to Hudson Young. We didn't pay him 1 million. He's on more than 600 at the Bulldogs, isn't he? Is he on like nearly like 900 or something like that? 900? I think he is 900, which is close enough. So forward tackle now for the Raiders. They're 5 metres out from the line. 6 again for the Raiders. Oh, no, it's not. Don't worry about that. I heard wrong again from the referee. I keep hearing the referee say something, and I just keep getting confused. 3 metres out from the line. Fit tackle. Fogarty puts that ball up in the air. Good chasing from Rapana. Try-time Raiders. Try-time Raiders. Try-time Raiders, and this game is back on. Jordan Rapana gets over the top of his winger, and it will be a try for Canberra. They're back in it. That sucks, man. Done so well to defend for it to end like that. Absolutely. The Warriors didn't really deserve that, but unfortunately, Marcelo Montoya doesn't get up higher than Jordan Rapana. 3.3 million for 4 years, so about 850, 900, which is still not good. Yeah, I don't like it, but at the same time, he is clutch and can convert. So, but then again, you got Burton as the kicker as well. Lucas has great defense though. Yeah, he's still conceded, but yeah, absolutely. It was good defense for at least the couple of sets. Why is there Raiders fans wearing the Spider-Man stuff as well? Raiders had a Raiders jersey over the Spider-Man. Surely the Warriors don't throw this away. Surely not. Well, I did call 26-12, so it's looking likely if the Warriors can score again. Maybe Crime will be going for it with 4 more reps. Maybe, but I just don't see him as a fullback. I think he's a good centre. Don't forget, guys, in about 20 minutes' time, we're going to be going live for the Rabbitohs and the Broncos game. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, smack it and subscribe if you're new around here. Jared Croker here from about 15 in from touch. He should get this, but it really doesn't matter if he gets this too much or not. He definitely wants it, though, to make it 8 rather than 10, but it's not really that. He's still going to score another couple times. He's going to miss the kick. He will miss the kick there. So it is a 10-point game with 15 minutes to go. They were going to have to score twice anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, 5th versus 4th, and then after this, Rabbitohs need to win that game. They really need to win that game. There's no way the Warriors throw this away. They can't. It's not possible. It's not possible to throw it away to the 13th best attack in the league in the race. Sachin Cummins doesn't normally miss those, Kroger. It was a weird kick. It didn't have any curl in it at all. It was just so straight and missed the post just. All right, Raiders now with the ball. 5 metres out from their own line. Fogarty gives it off to Emre Gula, who gets to the 15. This is why I'm still robbed. Left-hand side. Don't start him, Daz, please. And Atamariota to the 25 second tackle. Oh, he's lost the ball. That's the way, Raiders. Right after a good try-scoring set. That's the way, lads. That's the way, lads. Right after you score a try, just drop the ball cold in a tackle that didn't look... That is insane. That is insane to drop this ball in this situation. Oh. I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Mbai's on 900k and the Tigers still have to pay like half of it. Ooh, yikes. That sucks to hear for the Tigers' sake. That sucks to hear for anybody's sake. Alright, so Warriors now with the ball 20 metres out from the line. Tigers win the comp, isn't Seb? Yeah, Seb wasn't said anything is possible in this season NRL. The Tigers cannot win the comp, sir. So second tackle now, 15 metres out. Bunty forward. He rolls it back. They go right hand side off to number 18. Who's 18 for the Warriors? Oh, Bailey Sirenen. He's 8 metres out from the line. And they're going to roll it back. Left hand side of Wade Egan off to Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson, Luke Metcalf. Metcalf to Pompey. Pompey 10 metres out. He's pushing 5 metres out. 4 tackle. If the Warriors score here, you wouldn't think the Raiders could come back. It would be game over if the Warriors scored to make it 14. Oh, Tohu Harris! So close, 1 metre out. Fit tackle. Fit tackle. Wade Egan. They got numbers here. Warriors. Johnson taken down on 5th. 3 metres out from the line. And Bob was a top 1 halfback in 2017. I don't know what that one does, mate. I don't know about that. Well, that's obstruction if he doesn't go down. So Raiders here, 5 metres out from the line. First tackle. Have a mountain of work to do to get themselves within range. Jared Croker crunched by Josh Curran. Musmus says hello, mate. So it's going to be Papali'i now, third tackle. Papali'i hasn't really done a great deal of running today, in my opinion. Who thought it would be a smart idea to sign an NBI for 900k? Even Alex wouldn't be that much of a muppet. Now, Alex is a muppet, but it probably was him because he was probably drunk at the time. 4 tackle, and it'll be 4 tackle of 35. I would love them to score again, just to make it close, but I do want the Warriors to win this game. I'm not going to lie. Right inside, the Raiders are away. Tomoko gives it off to Rapana. Rapana back here to the 45. Good run. I think Tomoko, every time he's got the ball, has been exciting. Left-hand side to Fogarty, and Fogarty's going to put that ball up in the air. It's a high kick, hard kick to take. Oh, Watene Lesniak, take a bow. Great take. Great take. Yeah, Mbai played Origin. Didn't he play Origin in 2020? Wasn't that the year? When, if Neil Coxar got that ball away to Rocco Berry, they were away. Was that 2020? As well, the Tigers also signed Josh Reynolds and Russell Packer for 800k each at the time for them to play like a combined total of 30 games. It's a very West Tigers thing to do. Sounds like a very Balmain / West thing to do. 2019 as a centre. Oof. Oof. Left-hand side with the Warriors, Adam Fanua-Blake gets his ball inside the attacking 40. Missed the tackle on Tedesco to lose the series. Thank you, Elite Editors, for reminding me of Mbai missing the tackle on Tedesco to lose the series. Thank you. And, how's he caught that? Falling backwards. That was a great take considering that he was falling backwards there. Mr. Hopawade. Clarkie had something to say to him when we were at the Canberra Raiders Titans game. Second tackle now. 10 minutes to go here in the game, guys. Like the video, subscribe if you're new around here. In 15 minutes, we'll be going live for the Rabbitohs Broncos. Yeah, something's going to happen here. Laurie Guitar says, Tomoko been good for the Raiders here. Tomoko's been good for a while. I've always said how underrated he is. Alba Hopawade with a great run. They're making good meters here, the Raiders. The Warriors are just going to really settle it down a lot more. The Raiders are throwing... Oh, Starling's got to throw that ball, man. So, fit tackle at the 40. And Sebastian Chris to Fogarty. He's going to whack another high kick up. His kicking game this year has been really good, to be honest, with Fogarty. The ball will bounce perfectly for Watene Lesniak. They're very lucky there. All right, right-hand side, and Rocco Berry. He's going to get this ball to the 42. Russell Packer, the bloke who used the veal. Okay, don't need to refer to that one. What are the Warriors fans booing right now? I don't understand what they're booing. Second tackle at the 42. The Tigers need Tim Moulton to come out of retirement. The fact that I never would have woken up in the next year, 15 years, I could have gone the rest of my life and never heard the name Tim Moulton in rugby league. That's such a random play to bring up. Sean Johnson kicks it down between Lesniak into the corner. Actually, it's a great kick from SJ. Actually, it's a great kick. But Sebastian Chris, to get out of the in goal there was fantastic. When you got to go, Lucas. God. How did he ever think he was going to get away with that? Like, back 30 years ago, you could have. But, like, nowadays, how did he ever think he was going to get back at that? Get away from that. Get away with that, sorry. Third tackle for the Raiders. They're not even outside their own 10 yet. Raiders are really struggling. Hudson Young, good offload there to Horsburgh. Horsburgh's going to run this one and then cuts back, and they're going to be at the 50. No, he gets the offload away. It's a great offload to Fogarty, and Fogarty gets his bite to the 30s. They've kind of salvaged this set a little bit. 9 minutes to go. Refs dropped the wild with a Fetty bomb. God help us. Papali'i can't get the offload away because Adam Fanor-Blake got his hand. The Raiders have actually had 7 offloads to the Warriors 1, so they've done a lot more in that department. Fogarty kicks it over the top. Not a good kick, though, because Marcelo Montoya has got that one, and he'll be at the 30, 35, 40. So first tackle now for the Warriors. Tigers need James Tarmo back. Please, no. Please, no. No, please. Tim Molson was a top 1 centre ever. Third tackle. He doesn't beat Corey Thompson, mate. Corey Thompson's the best player to ever play the game. Third tackle at the 45. Sean Johnson, chance no clock star. They've got numbers. Rockaberry doesn't pass it out to the wing. Fourth tackle, 35 out. 25 out. All they need to do, if they score one more time, it's probably game over anyway. Like I said, I don't see the Raiders getting over 12 points in this game. But if the Warriors can find a way just to ice it right now, it'd be beautiful. Matt Ballon. Matt Ballon was a good hooker. He was. Right hand side. Oh no, made a mistake there, the Warriors. And it will be fit tackle, 13 metres out. Talmo is with the Cowboys, kind of, yeah. Comes off the bench quite a bit for him. I think most weeks he comes off the bench for him. All right, Raiders have to do something, man. Down by 2 tries, 7.5 minutes to go here, 15 metres out from their own line. They've been salvaging sets, but their sets have still been pretty average on the overall. Imagine how stacked this Wise team would be if they still had Kane. Okay. Kane Evans. Corey Horsburgh off to Fogarty. Fogarty to Rapana. That's a knock on there from the Warriors. So 6 again coming up. I think he got injured week 1. No, I think he's been getting a couple of games here and there off the bench. Kane Evans could make a sign for the bench, Blake. Kane Evans. God help that bloke. All he wanted to do was fight. He's like, what's that guy's name in Newcastle? Hetherington? Yeah, Hetherington is the exact same. Both those guys. Even Matt Lodge is the same. At least Matt Lodge has his good games, though. Like, he's actually a decent enough player. Just a muppet. Alright, so Raiders here, left-hand side. They had the scrum, 6.5 minutes to go. You'd say this is probably last chance season right now. Eels need Tim Mahana to come out of retirement. Tim Mahana? Who's Tim Mahana? Second tackle. I think I know who the player you're thinking of is, but I can't think of his name. I don't think that's right. Right inside, Papali'i. Oh, it's a good wrap up there by Luke Metcalf. Tim Manor. I don't think we're talking about Tim Manor. I think we're talking about like a... Oh, no, I'm thinking about Tamana Tahu. Right-hand side, they give it off to Matty Tomoko. Oh, good run by Tomoko to the 30. He really does run the ball hard. Yeah, probably is Tim Manor. I was thinking about Timana Tahu. Left-hand side here to Fogarty. Now, he was a good player, Tahu. Papali'i. Honestly, it's not last set chance, but if you don't score here... Fogarty puts it up. And good chase there from... Oh, it's going to be knocked back beautifully. Racer with the ball here. Horsburgh threw the ball forward. Poor pass there from Horsburgh probably finishes this game off. Kane Evans got binned twice in the game for missing 2 punches against Will Chambers. Don't mention that name around here, son. Don't you ever mention that name, Will Chambers, around here, son. Don't do it. 5 minutes to go. Looks like the Warriors are going to the top 4 for this week. Having a great season, the Warriors. Just got to be careful about those top teams, but they're having a great season, the Warriors. Daniel Mortimer is a top 5 all time. Daz, I still can't to this day believe that Hayden, as in Entertain House, took Daniel Mortimer with the first selection of our draft in the Eels one. The first selection, crazy. Blah says fold some laundry. I don't know what that means. So Adam Fanor-Blake gives it out to Sean Johnson. They're going to... Why, Sean? I don't understand why he would do that. It's third tackle, brother. Oh, you need to go down, man. So it's going to be Raiders ball at 3. I don't understand why they kick on third. You're giving the Raiders an extra opportunity right now. It's going to be a penalty to the Raiders. What are the Warriors doing? What are they doing? There's 4 minutes to go here, Sean Johnson. Kicking on third tackle makes no sense. Soak up as much time as you can, and then to give away the penalty as well is insane. Chris Sandow. If the Dragons still had Khalifa Faifaloa, they'd be in the top 8 right now. Yeah, well, we can say that about the Titans too, because he played there as well. No, he didn't. I'm thinking about Nana McDonald. Actually, did Faifaloa play for us? I don't think he did. I know Nana McDonald did. Bullet Boom says they can't play tight match footy. Who, the Warriors? They've been doing a fine job here today, but there's still some inconsistent things. Oh, Chambers, biggest ball hog in the game ever. They're not even close. Him and Talau, Chambers all the time. At least with Chambers, he was one of the best defensive players you're ever going to see. And at least with Chambers, he's actually a really quality player. Okay, so there is an injury right now, but it is a penalty to the Raiders. So they have got, this is their last opportunity. They have to score here to have a chance to keep their top 4 spot alive. If they keep their top 4 spot alive, I give up. I dead set, I give up. So the Raiders are going to be minus 65 or so if they lose like this. Nick says, Chambers plus Gagai ball hog masters. But at least those guys were good, you know. So second tackle of the Raiders, they're 35 metres out, 3.5 minutes to go here in the game. Tarpon ended up playing the rest of the game. I'm surprised he didn't go for a HIA with that head clash. Sebastian Chris is going to be third tackle at the 15. Yeah, good, Taz. Very good. Starling off to Fogarty. Fogarty gets that back to Whiten. Whiten gets that back to Rapana. Rapana back on the inside. 4th tackle. All right, you got 2 tackles to save your bacon, Raiders. 23 metres out. Off to Whiten. And Whiten's been awful today. Awful. Just awful. 5th tackle, Starling. To Tarpane. To Fogarty. Last chance here. Chris! Oh! It'll be a dropout. I think it's going to be a dropout unless they say that it was knocked back from Montoya and then knocked on for the Raiders. No, it will be a dropout. Faifaloa did play for the... Oh, he did. There you go. Montoya. Oh, it's going to be back. Yeah, I was right. It was backwards from Montoya and then knocked on by Chris. So it will be just Warriors ball. Game over. If Tigers like Tuimawala, Lolahia, they would be coming first. Man, there's a lot of players, the Tigers, we could refer to. Are they saying this is a dropout? Wow, I disagree with that one. That would absolutely should have been gone backwards there from the Warriors, and then, well, the Warriors scored a try of a really dodgy call there in the set, so it's okay. But with that being said, that should have been Warriors ball 20. All right, so right-hand side, they give it up. Nope, not going to do it now, Lucas. So it's going to be Tarpany, and Tarpany's going to be second tackle at the 20. Bottom moves is Anthony with Frankie. Yeah, I saw Buff today. I was with Buff today at training. So second tackle here, off to Papa Lee, and Papa Lee is going to get this ball 5 metres out from the line. Yeah, a bit of excitement. If the Raiders can score a try here, this game will be on for the last set of the game. Fogarty, that was dreadful. 4th tackle now, 13 metres out from the line. Off to Rapana. Is that offside? Is he onside or is that a try? They're going to call a try here. I thought he was offside. Hold on a second. Can we just... Oh, we're going to check this, surely. Surely he's offside. I swear he was offside by like 3 metres. Hold on one second here. So right inside Rapana... He's onside. It's a try. He is onside. I thought... That's why I didn't even react to it. Because it looked like he was clearly offside, but he wasn't. Okay, well, here we go. 20-14 with the kick to come. Try confirmed. So Raiders have an opportunity now to win the game still. They got the kick from the sideline too. All right. 20-16 with 49 seconds to go here. And the Raiders will get the ball, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Chance here for the Raiders to steal this at the death. That would be heartbreaking for the Wires. And the Raiders don't deserve to win this game. So if the Raiders win this game, that's insane. Corker missing that kick early could be big. They don't have the players that the Raiders don't have the ability for a 2-point field goal. They don't have the boot on them. Yeah, this game looked game over. But then again, it was 26. That's the same score as they had against the Titans last year at Mount Smart. And when the Titans came back. But this would be a miracle for the Raiders. All right, so it's going to be Corey Horsburgh. 37 seconds to go here of the game. Raiders with the ball, 13 metres out. They're holding down nicely. 31 seconds to go here in the game. Starling gives it off here to Tarpany. And Tarpany's going to run this ball up the centre, second tackle. 25 seconds to go here. They're at the 20. They go out to Matty Tomoko. And no, sorry, Fogarty. Fogarty here to Whiten. Whiten at the left side! The Raiders are away! I'm away! On their way! Whiten! 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 Holy shit! The Raiders have scored on the death! The Warriors have just thrown it away. The Warriors have just thrown it away. The Raiders just scored. Albert Hobawade breaks through. It's from the sideline for the win here for the Raiders. Holy shit. A kick to win the game here from Fogarty. Otherwise, we're going to extra time. Try confirmed is 20-20 with a kick to come. This is insane. This is exactly what the Warriors did with the Titans in round 27 last year. Holy shit. The siren goes. The Raiders score on the wing. So this is a kick to win the game here for the Raiders. Just to clarify for anyone who might be just coming in right now. The Warriors were up by 14 points about 8 or 10 minutes ago. When did the Raiders start scoring their points? Was it the 70th minute? I swear this game, it was like 26, like 10 minutes ago. Holy damn. So Fogarty here from the wing. Now you're lucky he missed that kick before with the Raiders. No, not Fogarty. It's Croker to kick. Sorry, not Fogarty. We all thought the game was dead, Jimmy James. The game was dead. Jared Croker is usually a good kicker. 75th minute. You're telling me the Raiders scored, 3 tries in 5 minutes? They're the 13th attack in the comp. 63, 78, 79. Okay, so the last 2 tries in the last 2 minutes. All right, Croker. If he gets this, Raiders win. If he misses it, we go to extra time. Jared Croker here to win the game for the Raiders will... He's missed it. He's missed it. We go to extra time. We're going to golden point there. You're lucky, Warriors. Now we go to golden point. And you know what? A draw here, if you're a Raiders fan, a draw here gets you into the 8. You are guaranteed 8 if you get a draw here. I just want to throw that pretty much out there because your points differential, you won't have to worry about it. Wow, Lucas, come on, boys. Elite says Wars are still in it. They're still in it. So 2020 here, going to golden point, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Rabbitohs Broncos game will be right after this. We'll have to jump straight across to that stream afterwards. But damn, here we go. I don't need this stress in my life. Session. Think about me the last 3 weeks. So the last 2 weeks at least. We had Dolphins extra time and then we had that game against Parramatta. I can't believe they scored with 49 seconds to go just then. Or no, sorry, there was about 25 seconds ago when they made that break. And after such an awful game, Jack Whiten scored the try. Can you imagine when he took he dived just then, like, he was pointing up, like, bro, carry the ball, please. Like, if you're a Raiders fan, he could have easily missed that just then. He could have easily dropped that, so really thankful for that Jack Whiten didn't drop that ball. Dox04 left for 5 minutes. How did the Raiders get to 20? Dox04, your guess is as good as mine, mate. The Raiders the Warriors did what they kind of do. And this is the thing. I think it was 20-6 with 5 minutes to go against the Titans in round 27 at Mount Smart last year. And that was when Jaden Campbell took over. And then Tanner Boyd kicked the penalty to make it 20-20. And then Tanner Boyd kicked the field goal. Right now, it's very similar to that game. But the Raiders don't even deserve to be here. They were dreadful for 78 minutes of this game. They were awful. Awful for 78 minutes. Carlos Castellanos Suarez's Warriors with the heart attack game, just like the one against the Sharks. Oh, that was early this season. Yeah, last week they played the Sharks and won by about 40 points. So that's why I had to think about that one. So those are the things you can't do when you want to challenge for a comp? Absolutely. Absolutely. Lucas, I thought the Warriors had turned a corner on trophy games like this. Yeah, for sure. I don't understand how this has happened. So the Raiders will receive the ball here to start this second half. I think the Warriors do get this. Still, surely, it would be heartbreaking to lose that just then. Who kicks the field goal? For Warriors have Sean Johnson. Raiders, I guess, have Fogarty. Not that he's a good field goal kicker, but he has kicked the field goal this year. So Josh Papali'i now, he'll get this ball to the 15. He'll get the ball to the 15 here for the Raiders. If you don't know, obviously, first to score wins. There's 5 minutes per half, and if there's no score after that, it is a tie. And there's only 2 other teams that have a tie this year, and that was Manly and the Knights. So second tackle here for the Raiders at the 22. They go left-hand side. How's Leffe feeling now, eh? Hey, how you feeling, Leffe? How you feeling, Banda? The left-hand side, third tackle, the Papali'i. He got this ball to the 40. Good. Raiders got on point. 1-11, lost 9, drawn 1. So pretty even. I'd love to see the Warriors. Fifth tackle, Tarpany at the 50. No way that second last Raider try wasn't offside. No, that was onside. I originally thought that too, username, but then when you go and actually have a look at it, that's going to be 7 tackle set. Raiders kicking game has been awful. No, that was a try, username. That was a try. I know it looked like it originally, but when you actually go back and have a look at it, he was onside. So the Warriors now, they're going to be 20 minutes out. So golden point for the Warriors, 1-7, lost 10, but they're going to get a great opportunity right now to win this with that 7 tackle set. It's 0 there at the 35. Marcelo Montoya now, he'll be 40 metres out here from their own line. Bogey team tonight. Well, maybe, but you flogged them a couple of weeks back. Second tackle now at the halfway point. I wouldn't class the Raiders as the Warriors bogey team. Right-hand side, they give it off to Tohu Harris. He's 45 out. He's 40 out. They're going to be in range here. 2 tackles right up the guts, surely. Give it up to Dylan Walker, and Walker's going to be 30 metres out. Sean Johnson be setting up right now. Do they go for it on 40? On 4 tackle? I don't think so. Too early. Why are you going left? Okay, they're 20 metres out. Here's a chance here. Sean Johnson. Can he kick the winner? Or who's going to kick it? Where are they? Right-hand side. They give it off here to Sean Johnson! He's got it! He's got it! The Warriors win! The Warriors win the game. Heart attack central. Be happy, disappointed, happy, disappointed, happy, disappointed, happy, disappointed. Like, it's hard to explain that one, but you can be happy and disappointed all at the same time. You got the 2 points. So the Warriors will go on to the top 4 there. And that all comes off the back of a 7 tackle set. Horsburgh did a great job of trying to charge that down. But Sean Johnson from there slapped it over. Bang. That's what we're talking about there. So the Warriors will win 21-20. They go into 3rd place for now. Hope the Storm lose to the Knights tomorrow. But yeah, good win for the a win for the Wars. You take the 2 points. Take them and run. You were probably the better team. You were definitely the better team for the most part, especially that second half. But you got to do better than to not be allowing that comeback just now. Like, that comeback was just absolutely insane, and you can't be doing that. But at least you did get the win there. So, guys, I'm going to jump off. I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. We're about to jump straight across to that Broncos-Rabbitohs game. So hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you over at the Rabbitohs-Broncos in just a few moments. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya!